All right, and we are live. Sorry for coming a little late. First down 10. Jalen Hurts is going to scramble around. He's got plenty of time. Throws deep. And it's going to be, right through the hands of A.J. Brown, unfortunately. Hello, Parker. How you doing? How you doing? Yes. I would have been here a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, I had to go poop. So I had to get that out of the way. And get all this unraveled. There we go. And, oh, there we go. All right. So second down 10 after that incompletion to A.J. Brown. So it wasn't actually was a pretty decent throw by Jalen Hurts, just went through the hands. Shotgun formation with trips to the right, gonna have running back to his right. And gonna be a hand of Saquon, who is going to try the middle. He gets absolutely nothing. It's third down and 10. Well, it might be third down 9. Just depends. But third down nonetheless. Hello, Parker. Indiana football going to win national championship game this year or not? Ooh. Um, they have a good shot, but they're in an interesting spot. I'll talk about it in a second. So third down 9, 14-14 left to go first quarter. Shotgun formation. Got Saquon Barkley to his right. Play like 4, 3, 2, 1. Got snap off. Drops back a pass. Throws across the middle. It's caught. It's going to be Dallas Goedert for a first down. Nice gain there, about 10 yards. First down and 10 for the Eagles. In my opinion, I do like Indiana. I will say Indiana also has kind of a tough road ahead because, one, whoever they play next is going to have a really amazing defense. Like Alabama and Oklahoma has two of the best defenses in college football. Same thing for Indiana. So it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to depend on whose offense actually shows up. And even though Alabama's been shaky, I have more faith in Alabama's offense showing up than I do Oklahoma's, which is kind of weird to think about, but I kind of do. Um, so it'll be interesting. I'll say it'll be interesting, but I think Indiana, out of all the teams, actually kind of has a hard road ahead. Rolls it to his left, throws. Oh, it's going to be caught. That's going to be Dotson. Is that Dotson? Yeah, Dotson for the catch. Nice, good on him. Gained about 6 yards there, but third down and 4, tackled by Dante Jackson, the former Panther. But yeah, Indiana, like I said, you have either Oklahoma or Alabama. And then after that, you either go up against, like I said, Texas Tech, which is by far one of the best, again, one of the best defenses in college football, and I think they beat Oregon. So if I'm Indiana, it kind of sucks because you really have to play against some of the best defenses in college football. Third down 4 from back midfield. Drops back a pass. Jalen Hurts got a clean pocket and is going to get sacked back at the 40-yard line. And that is none other than, is that Owe? I think it is Owe. Owe with the sack about the, look at that fan. Look at the Chargers fan being happy. But I think it's like, yeah, it's a different, it's Owe, the Penn State guy. I remember this has been like 4, maybe 5 years ago at this point. But he was at Penn State, ridiculously athletic, but didn't have a single sack in college. And then the Ravens picked him in the first round. Hunt is underway. I think they thought they could get a lot out of him, but they unfortunately did not. And it's going to go in the end zone for a touchback. So first down 10 for the Eagles. And Justin Herbert is going to get a shot. As long as Justin Herbert has a point in fantasy, I'll win this week. But unfortunately, my fantasy week was ruined because one of my opponents did not hold up his end of the bargain. I needed him to win, and he did not. So it sucks. Ooh, that's good. Howdy there, Adobe. How you doing? I am doing. I'm doing pretty good. Today was a pretty good day for the most part. And then tomorrow is going to be tomorrow and Wednesday are going to be kind of weird days because it's like one of those things where you've got half of the day is getting prepped for standardized tests happening next semester, and then the other half is do what you want for certain classes. So we're just gonna do a review. So should be interesting tomorrow because I'm gonna be bored out of my mind for the first half of the school day because I can't do anything. I literally can't. I can't have Sudoku. I can't do anything. I just have to watch them do their tests. So that's gonna be fun. I don't understand why I can't do Sudoku or something like that, but I gotta just sit there and watch for 3 hours, do absolutely nothing, but watch some 12-year-olds take a practice standardized test. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. But I gotta do that tomorrow and then also on Wednesday. But I do get to do a review afterwards, so at least that's fun. I do like to do a review. I do review games. I have this one game called Vocab Basketball. Basically, a two-pointer is I give you a definition, you got to give me the word. Three-pointer is I give you the word, you got to give me a definition that's close enough. And then, like I said, if you get it right, if you get the question right, then that student gets to shoot the paper basketball that I made. Like I like duct taped it around, had like a waste basket. If they make it, they get the point. If they don't make it, they don't get the point. So it's like it's one you gotta get the question right, but also you gotta shoot the ball. And the students really like that one. Um, I got other games, but I play that one a lot because just I know the students really like it. So probably gonna do a form of that tomorrow. Plus, also we got a Jeopardy game for our review. So first down, 10, 11:38 left to go in the first quarter from the 20-yard line. Shotgun formation with Vidal to his right. Going to be a Hans Vidal who's going to cut back up backfield and they're going to put the 23-yard line, 3-yard gain there. Second down, 7. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Feeling good too. Say that as I'm coughing. Parker, is Oregon Ducks football going to win the national championship? I don't think it's this. I don't think it's their year. I've said this. I think I've said this like a good portion of the college football season. I think they're too young of a team, but next year they're going to be very dangerous. That's my thought process for Oregon. From a 23-yard line, shotgun formation, going to be a dropped pass by Quentin Johnston, and Adoree Jackson just absolutely just demolished him too. So third down and 7. It was a great pass, dropped by Johnston, but then also he was sliding down to the ground. So, but yeah, no, I like Oregon a lot. Like I said, for the future, Sadiq is amazing. A lot of people are trying to put Sadiq on the Panthers. I don't mind it, but I prefer if we went in a different direction and tied in the first round. Shotgun formation, trips to the right, going to have a running back to his right. Looks like Vidal, who's to his right. Drops back to pass. Nice little chip block. Studs in the pocket, throws to Vidal, who's going to cut across from 30 up to 35, 40, up to the 45, up to the 50, up to 45, 40. He's gone, and Zach Bond is going to push him out of bounds at about like the 25-yard line. And Vidal, have yourself a day. I got him in my dynasty. I'm so happy, dude. But Vidal, he's really stepped up after the injury to Omarion Hampton. I still remember because I thought I was so smart. Vidal was like seen as the number 2 guy, and it was gonna be Hassan Haskins after like Omarion Hampton went down, and I was like, nah. I remember Vidal at Oregon. I feel like he's gonna be going off, and I was so right. I'm so glad I was so right too because that saved my fantasy season. Gonna be a toss up to Hampton, up to the 50, up to the 10, up to the 5. Oh, not actually by the 6-yard line. Still gained about 11 yards there. First down, 10 for the Chargers. So we're going to give Hampton his first touchdown probably in a couple of weeks, if I had to guess. They're like, well, Vidal, you got us down there. We'll just give it to Hampton. 9:52 left to go in the first quarter, and the Chargers are knocking on the door. First and goal. Herbert's going to be under center. Butch to the right. Actually, no, not Butch to the right. My bad. We're going to send Johnston in motion. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to be a gain about 3 yards there. It'll be second and goal from about the 3 for the Chargers. Parker, I hope that Oregon Ducks football beat JMU. I think they will. I will be very surprised. I'll be very surprised. I'll be very surprised if you have either one of the group of five teams win the game. I will say this. I do think that Tulane will make it an interesting game, but I don't believe that they will win. I don't think that's going to be that wild of a thought process. Second and goal, and that's going to be a throw to Amarian Hampton. That's a touchdown. Him on the flat, kind of wide open actually. So 8:49 to go in the first quarter, and it's going to be 6-0. Extra point make it 7-0. Chargers get the start. Now I thought it was going to be more a defensive game, which it still can be, but Chargers are immediately scoring is not something I thought was going to happen. Oh, well, hold up a second. How is that not a pick? He's literally blocking. Hold up a second now. That's like Keenan Allen is literally blocking. That's not like a okay. That's I'm just gonna drop that there. But that, like I said, it's not like it's a screen pass. It's literally he's in the flat, so it's not like he's behind the line of scrimmage. Because you could do that if he's behind the line of scrimmage, but he's not. So surprised that was not called. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I think I said before, just make sure to also reiterate, I will be streaming the Oklahoma-Alabama game. Like I said, that's going to be coming up on the 19th. I don't know if I'll be able to stream the Miami Texas A&M game. I might try to, but I know for sure I'm doing the Oklahoma-Alabama game. And then maybe might do the other one. Parker, why did Notre Dame football not make a bowl game this year? Well, they declined to go to a bowl because one is that most bowl games are put on by ESPN. So because Notre Dame one gets all the bowl money, they don't have a conference to kind of split the bowl money. They get all the bowl money. They basically decided not to get a whole bunch of money, but also to make ESPN a lot of money because ESPN decided not to put them in the college football playoff. So that's essentially the reason. But the problem is this. You put yourself in a situation where, one, you don't have those seniors who thought they had another game. And I mean, if you're Notre Dame and the way the college football playoff handled it was bad, but like I said, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to be in the college football playoff. I'm going to be able to, try to win a national title. We made it to the national title last year. And then, boop, you're out. All right, well, that sucks. So what are we going to do now? Oh, we decide we're not going to play at all. So that means, a lot of those seniors who might not go to the NFL or anything else just played their last game against was it Stanford? Yeah, Stanford. So it's that kind of sucks for those seniors who don't or aren't able to play football anymore. Two, is also where a lot of your freshmen or a lot of your underclassmen that are basically going to be your leaders for next year aren't getting more practice reps in because they're not doing bowls. Now, obviously, like I said, you can focus on more on the off season than focus on bowl practices and preparing for a game. Fine, but it's still it still puts you in a situation where you're I understand why you did what you did, but it still looks a kind of petty. Certain people can see it as petty. I understand where you're coming from, but it can come across that way. Hello there, Educational Impact. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Talked about it earlier. For the most part, I had a pretty good day today teaching. I was talking about how tomorrow and Wednesday we're prepping for the ACAP. So half the day is going to be just them practicing doing the test, and then the other half is just I'll be seeing 3 of my classes tomorrow, then seeing 3 of my classes on Wednesday. So that's interesting. But like I said, it's still going to be fun because we're just going to do a review. So it's going to be, like I said, we have a test on Thursday. So like I said, there'll be more to review. So kids should still like it because it's not going to be too rough. It's just going to be just review. Fun games. So first down 10, going to be a handoff to Saquon Barkley. Bounce out to the left side 40, up to the 45, up to the 50. Following A.J. Brown down about the 40-yard line, and that's a first down 10 for the Eagles. There you go. Hey, there's Zoe. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. So that's a great run there by Saquon Barkley, kind of following Landon Dickerson. Got up to the second level there, and like him against. I love Deion Henley, but that's Landon Dickerson against Deion Henley. He's a little bit undersized linebacker. Love him to death, though. Love Deion Henley to death. Loved him coming out of Washington State because I wanted the Panthers to take him in the third round that year. I think this has been his third year. I think he's from like Compton, California. Was like either a quarterback or a wide receiver that transferred to like a linebacker, and amazing moves. Up to the 40, up to about the 35. Yeah, about the 35-yard line. Be Saquon Barkley. Great run there. Sorry, it's actually at the 45, not the 40 before. But now they're actually leaning on Saquon Barkley. Who knew? Kevin Patullo, man. I mean, great job here. Like I said, you're setting up your team for success, but like, do this more. Find ways you can get him the ball more. Find ways that you can actually do well with the actual weapons you do have. And rolls up to his right, fakes out Derwin James, and does slide. There is a flag, however. Don't know where that flag was, though. Like I say, I'm assuming it's going to be in the backfield, but I have no idea. Yeah, holding on the offense. What state am I in? I am in Alabama. They're educational. I'm an Auburn fan. I'm born and raised in Alabama. I don't think I'll ever leave, if I'm going to be honest. I like Alabama, and I want to make it better. Yes, I did hear about Philip Rivers there, Zoe. As soon as I was watching their pregame thing, as soon as I saw that, I texted the fantasy group chat that I have with my friends, and I was like, Philip P is just trying to get it back in it. He's like, I'm sick and tired of coaching all these high schoolers. I want to try one more time, but I'm like, it's been 5 years, so that'll be interesting if he's actually able to do it. First down 10, taking a deep shot, and it's going to be incomplete. Try to get Devontae Smith, but overthrew him. Second down 20, 6:59 left to go in the first. But yeah. The fact that Daniel Jones is out for the season. I forgot that Anthony Richardson had a freak accident. He also got hurt. Right? Leonard's day-to-day because of his knee injury. So they're like, all right, well, we're basically screwed. Let's just go with whoever we could possibly think of. Oh, Philip Rivers. There we go. That's another legend that could play. Maybe. All right. So anyway, second down 20. It's still wild. It's still wild there, Zoe, that's what they're going to go with. Going to be a draw to Saquon Barkley, who's going to cut back outside up to the 40, up to about the 37-yard line. It's going to be a nice game there. Still third down and forever, but a little more manageable. I have Saquon, and my opponent has Jalen. It's week 1 of my playoff game with the 15-point lead going into tonight's game. Ooh, nice. I think that Saquon is, right now he's been kind of featured a lot more. Obviously, you like to see him get more catches out of the backfield, which hopefully Patullo does, but you never know. He's a interesting one to say the least. That's for sure. Third down 12. 6:15 left to go in the first quarter. Jalen Hurts, empty set. Draws back to pass, and is going to throw across the middle of the caught. That's going to be Dallas Goedert for a first down. Get 13 yards there. 6:05 to go the first quarter. Still 7-0 with the Chargers being up, but Eagles are moving on down the field. Where was that? Yep, someone said Rivers plus Colts O-line elder abuse. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'll say this. Colts offensive line has been vastly improved. Since, like I said, when Rivers was there. Well, technically, no, when Rivers was there, it was good back in 2020 because you had sort of young Quentin Nelson and Braden Smith and whatnot. Going to be a design run that goes absolutely nowhere. So great job there by Jalen Hurts. So he didn't get anything there. So there you go. Second down 11 actually lost a yard. 5:15 left to go in the first. But yeah, if I'm the Colts, it sucks because one, like you traded for Sauce Gardner, so you know your first round pick, so you can't just like replace Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones will be gone for next year too. So like I don't know, like if you're the Colts, you're in a very very bad spot, and there's not a lot for you to be able to do. Jalen rolls up to his right. He's going to try and scramble to the 25 and out of bounds about the 24-yard line. So basically, just gains about 2. So he's third down and 9. All right, well, not great, but hey, I think will be fine. This will be fine. Zoe, if he does come back, which I kind of want to see, not gonna lie, I hope he does well. I do hope he does well. I hope you see like Philip Rivers 5 years after NFL retirement, just like, wow, if Joe Flacco could do it, so can I. And then you could just be like, oh, I'm gonna, try to make the Colts go to the playoffs. That's not gonna happen at this rate. They really have the hardest schedule, but who knows? Anything can happen. Third down and 9, empty set, draws back a pass, quick throw speed to Devontae Smith, and unfortunately a bad block by A.J. Brown. I mean, they kind of corralled pretty easily, but like A.J. Brown did not block to save his life. Only gets 1 yard there. Fourth down, 8, got to get this field goal to make it a 4-point game. But, the Chargers were able to get to it pretty quickly, but, I mean, I don't know what A.J. Brown is thinking. Like, he didn't even try to block him. But anyways, 41-yard field goal tipped by Jake Elliott. And it is going to be up and good right down the middle. So it's going to be 7-3 with 3:22 left to go in the first quarter. Charge still up. Let's see here. Parker, Chiefs football are out of the playoffs this year now. Pretty much. Chiefs. Okay, here's the thing. The only way the Chiefs make it in is very simply. They have to hope that the Colts just absolutely bottom out, which can happen. They have to have basically the 2 other wild card spots be the Texans and the Bills. They have to have the Chargers not lose out, but they have to lose this game. Chargers got to lose to the Broncos, got to lose to the Chiefs, and then got to lose to the Texans. If that happens and the Chargers are 9-8, like I said, and the Chiefs win out, they'll be 10-7, and they'll be the 7th seed. So, not technically, and there's still technically a path that's like, okay, that makes sense. Sure, the Chargers don't match up well with the Texans. That's why I felt pretty confident with the Texans. You got the Chargers against the Broncos. Broncos are going to want to be the Chargers, especially when they're trying to chase for the first seed. Chargers against the Chiefs. Like I said, the Chiefs are going to be desperate to try to win, and also they want to get a little bit better because, like I said, they lost to week 1. And then also I said the Chargers had to lose to also, like I said, the Eagles. So if they lose this game, so it's not out of the question. It's not out of the question, but basically, like I said, the Chiefs need everything to work out in their favor now. They're basically fighting for their lives on a weekly basis, which should be interesting because if it gets to week 17, the Chiefs will have a chance. I'm sure that's gonna be dominated by the headlines like the Chiefs still have a chance. The Chiefs still have a chance. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that, but it could happen. Zoe, this would be the most insane way he could finally get that ring. Oh my gosh, dude. If Philip Rivers could come into the Colts, find a way to win with the hardest remaining schedule out of any NFL team, find a way to get into the playoffs. You're not winning the division unless by some miracle, like I said, you go on a 5-game win streak. 4-game win streak against the Seattle Seahawks, against the the 49ers, the Jaguars, and the Texans. So you gotta win 4 straight games to try to win this division, and have the Jaguars lose to the Broncos. But That would make a great story, Zoe. That would definitely make a great story some way, he could lead the Colts to the Super Bowl. I don't think Ab, but it would be wild for sure. Goodness. After that return to the 36-ish yard line, Chargers gonna be great field position, up 70-3 at 17. Goodness gracious, 7-3. Would be nice if it was 17-3. 3:17 left to go in the first quarter. That's what I was thinking about. From the 34-yard line, under center, going to send fullback into motion. Play action pass is getting immediate pressure. Sidestep throws, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be Hampton all the way up to about the 41-yard line. Nice gain there of about 7-ish yards. Second down and 3. I mean, Herbert was, I think that was Jordan Davis that was all over him. Let's see. Was it Jordan Davis or somebody else? Yeah, it was Jordan Davis. He beat Mekhi Becton. Goodness gracious. It's still wild that Jordan Davis, as big as he is, ran 4.8. 4.8 is so wild for a man that big. Going to send Trey Harrison in motion. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to get nowhere. Good Lord. Was Quentin Johnston supposed to block the edge there, or what happened? Why was Quentin Johnston in the way? Let's roll that back, because I don't know. Something happened on the left side. It was absolutely awful. Let's see here. All right, so it looks like Jordan Davis swims from the outside, and then wait, let me see. Why is Quentin Johnston over here again? What is Quentin Johnston doing? If that's part of the play, that's a bad play design. What in the world is he doing? Anyways, third down 7. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Shotgun formation. Drops back a pass, and that's going to be a flag. Believe it's either a legal shift or it's going to be false start. One of the two. Yeah, false start. Who's it on? Trey Pipkins. The right tackle. That has nothing to do. The fact that the Chargers offensive line, if they had just had everybody healthy, I do believe like they would have been a lot better in the situation. But right now it's like, I mean, if you make the playoffs, that's great. But like, how far can you actually go? All right, so it's not the second down. Third down 12 from the 32-yard line. Shotgun formation. And going to be a free play. Herbert is going to throw on the run, and it's going to be picked off. Doesn't matter, but it is up to the 45 to the 50. And Cooper DeJean is going to be out of bounds. Does not matter. It was a free play, so it's fine. Like, Herbert's not really upset. 1:26 left to go in the first quarter. Let's see where we got. Rivers is 44. That is wild. I guess that makes sense. I mean, he's like, what, about 2.5 years older than Aaron Rodgers? Because he had an 03 draft, and Rodgers was 05. So I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Moro Ojomo, the defensive lineman from Texas, the one with offsides. Try to get to still 7-3. Chargers are up at the 37-yard line. Shotgun formation with Vidal to his right. Now going to motion him over to the left. Going to help Chip. Drops back to pass. Get immediate pressure by Nakobe Dean and throws out of a sack. Like I said, it's grabbed by Cooper DeJean, but like, okay, let me look back at this pass pro because okay, you can see that Nakobe Dean is coming. So like, why didn't Bradley Bozeman pick him up? Why didn't anybody else pick him up? Like, okay, I see here. So I mean, he's right there. Like that's Bradley Bozeman's guy. He looks off to the left, like, okay, that's just miscommunication. Like, Bradley Bozeman, technically former Raven and also former Panther, much more known for his run blocking than pass protection, but, like, you should be able to see that, hey, a linebacker is coming down here. Maybe I need to change the call or change the mic. Fair card, the 10-yard line, first down 10 for the Eagles. I don't like bad offensive line play. Especially when it's preventable. If it's like good technique, it's good technique. But that is just bad pass protection. and it falls in the center. Let's see here. My daughter told me he last played in 2021. I think okay. He It was a 2020 season, 2021 playoffs because I think if I remember correctly, isn't Philip Rivers the first quarterback that? Wait, no, I might be wrong. No. I think I'm right. Yeah, yeah. So Philip Rivers is the first quarterback that Josh Allen ever defeated in the playoffs because Josh Allen in 2020 lost to the Texans for the 20. It was a 2019 season, lost in 2020 to Deshaun Watson when Deshaun Watson had that crazy escape from AJ Epineza, and I'm trying to think who else was the defensive end, but they basically crashed into each other. He rolls out, throws it down the field. Texans ended up winning that game, and then they got beat by the Chiefs that next week. Because that was the first time that Josh Allen made the playoffs. Then in the 2021 playoffs, first round, no people are in the stands because it's obviously, like I said, it's the 2020 year, and Philip Rivers is like the seventh seed. I think they're the seventh seed. Bills are a second seed, and they're playing each other. And the Colts actually make somewhat of a game of it. I think if my memory shows me right, that I'm like, it showed where the seventh seed still technically could have a chance. And in the very next season, the Packers beat the Cowboys to be the first seventh seed to beat the second seed. So I think my memory served me correct that it was the 2021 playoffs was the last time that Philip Rivers played. Because let's see, you got the 2019 season for the Colts is when Jacob Brissett plays. Because at the very beginning of that, that's when you have Andrew Luck retiring. Because 2018 was his last full season, and then in 2020 Philip Rivers comes in. Then 2021 is when they have Carson Wentz. 2022 is when they have Matt Ryan. 2023 is the Gardner Minshew year. 2024 is is Anthony Richardson, and then 2025 is Daniel Jones. I think my memory serves me correctly on the litany of Colts QBs. Try to be a run to Saquon Barkley, gets absolutely nothing there. She'll lose a yard, and it's going to be second down and 11. That is a tackle by Denzel Perryman, the former Panther as well. We have a lot of former Panthers. Really? I saw it was 2020, unless it was a playoff game. That's one thing. I think it's a playoff game. But I'm trying to remember the sequence for Colts. It is kind of weird that the Colts have had a different starting quarterback all those years. Second down and 11 from the 9-yard line. It'll be empty set for Jalen Hurts. Bunch to the right. Look at 3, 2, drops back a pass, and gets some pressure. Throw almost back foot. That's been caught. That's going to be Devontae Smith up to about the 15-yard line. Tackled there by Derwin James. 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Probably going to be the end of the first quarter. We got about 15 seconds. Third down and 5 when we come back. I'm assuming we get a stop here. Yeah. All right. So the end of the first quarter, 7-3. Chargers had a very nice drive, obviously aided by Vidal's. See, how long was that one? That was like a 50-something yard reception. Like I said, he came across the 30, got up to the 30. It's about 40-ish yards, 40, 45 yards. But aided by that, and then he had Omarion Hampton gets the touchdown. And then, like I said, the Eagles drive down there. However, they stall out, and they kick a field goal. So it'll be interesting to see here if the Eagles can do anything on this drive. If not, like I said, then the Chargers probably get field position because Eagles are backed up pretty quick, pretty far. So right now it's all Chargers, but like I said, still a tight game. Anything can really happen. I did predict the Eagles to win 20-17 right now. Not, like I said, not feeling the best about it, but At the same exact time, I'm okay if I lose because the leader of my pick'ems also picked the Eagles. So if they don't win, then I'm happy. I don't want them to move forward. Um, Talking about next week. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming the Panthers game, Panthers versus Saints. Huge game for us. One because, like I said, every single game going forward is going to be huge because we are playing meaningful December football for the first time since 2022. Um, it's been a long time, and then we're setting ourselves up for the ultimate three-game. If we just beat the Saints, we set ourselves up for the ultimate three-game stretch of the Buccaneers twice and Seattle at home. So I am very excited because, like I said, there's a lot of things we could possibly do. Could we crap the bed? Sure, we could do that. We're known to do that. Or we can rise above this occasion and we can find a way to win the division and break the Bucks stranglehold on the NFC South. I know that we're seen as the worst division. I do not care. If the Buccaneers win it again, it's gonna suck because it's like crap. We just had another time where the Bucks just happened to win the division, and that will be 5 years in a row, which will be the first time that that's happened in our division. It used to be where no team had won. No team would really win back to back that much. It was like kind of every other year kind of thing. Sometimes you get back to back, but for the most part, it was like every other year. And then it started with the Panthers from 2013 to 2015. We went three in a row, and then it's pretty much like exchanged hands since then. So Jalen Hurts throws cross, and it's going to be picked off at the 40. Oh my gosh. 35-30 up to the 25 and down to the 20-yard line. Brother, Jalen, hey, Dobie, that's right. You said you're going against Jalen Hurts, right? Let's make sure it's a pick. No, it's not. It is the ground. It's not a pick. I about said he overthrew like Devontae Smith by a good portion. So I don't know why. I don't like. He's just been. I mean, one, he's been off. Two, it's been bad play calling. But like, are they upholding that? That looked like it hit down the ground. Like right here, yeah, it looks like it hit down the ground. Let's see here, right here. Yeah, they hits the ground. No, that's an incomplete pass. That's an incomplete pass. There we go. All right, incomplete pass. There we go. Eagles get a second chance. Well, it's not really a second chance. They got to punt the ball away anyway, so 4th down to 5. So it is what it is. But Chargers should get a good field position. Zoe, how does Herbert's hand seem to be doing? Not able to watch the game, only catching your call. He'll seem to be doing pretty well. Like I said, I know, obviously, like I said, it's the non-throwing hand. He's got like a big old, not like a cast, but like, almost like it looks like a shin guard that's like guarding his hand. But he's like still able to move his fingers, but like he can't like. It literally, like I said, it just quite literally looks like a shin guard from right here. Return to the 32-yard line and reversing field. Don't love that. And he's able to. So stupid. Oh my gosh. How dumb can you possibly be? The return man, I don't know who it is, number 12. I'm trying to think who that is. You were at the 30-something yard line. Yes. Did it just so happen that the gunner got down to you? Yes. But then you don't have to try to reverse field and go all the way back to like a 20-something yard line. So you lose like 8 yards because you decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to use my speed to go right here, and it didn't work. You got hawked down. And now, like I said, it's still okay field position, but it could have been better. I don't mind confidence, but I hate arrogance. I'm not ashamed to say it. I don't like arrogance. That just, if I'm a special teams coach, I'm probably chewing them out. But respectfully. But I would be circling this. When we get to doing film study, I'll be like, replay it again and again and again and again and again. And I'll be like, do you see what the problem is? Do you see what the problem is? Do you understand why we don't do this? Do you understand why you got to do north and south? Like, I don't know. I just. Anyways, what else talking about again? Oh, talking about the hand. That's right. So yeah, it looks like a little shin guard, and like I said, almost like a what's the word? Not really like a Power Rangers, but like in that same kind of way, like a Power Ranger glove. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since Power Rangers. So I'm probably wrong with this, but like how like it has kind of like a padding right here. That's what it kind of looks like. Um, Back in, let's see, this is Anthony Schwartz. So this is 2018 or 2019. Either 2018, 2019 Auburn football. We had a player named Anthony Schwartz. He ended up going to the Browns, and like track star, fastest man, um, won like a whole bunch of like track, one 100 meter, 200 meter, something like that, like in high school, and he broke his hand. He broke one of his hand, and the Auburn University engineering degree that a lot what degree interesting. The mechanical engineering field decided to make him a cast that still allowed for him to be able to catch, and it basically was like 3D printed and still had that kind of thing where it was like basically like protected his hand while also giving him the ability to be able to move his fingers, and it kind of looks like that. I know it just says something random that, like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you didn't watch Auburn football, you probably don't understand what I'm talking about, but still, that's what it looks like. A toss to Hampton, who's going to get about the 37-yard line. Great job there. It's a big gain of about 15, not 15, about 13 yards. They're showing it again. Like I said, he's got this big old glove, and it's like a wrapped hand. Is what it looks like. It looks like a shin guard. They're showing it a lot right now. So from the 37-yard line, under center, going to be an I formation. Going to be a toss out to him, and that's going to be Hampton off to the left side, and that's going to get like nothing. So there's a flag. More than likely going to be a hold. Yep, holding on the offense. Of course, got to push him back. 14 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Still 7-3. That's Jamari Sailor, Georgia, if I remember correctly. Yes, I believe Sailor's from Georgia. I think, if I remember correctly, was he before or after um, the Steelers tackle, Broderick Jones? I think he's before Broderick Jones. Because Broderick Jones was the left tackle for Georgia for about 2 years. I think Sailor was before him. Might be after. But anyways, first down 20, shotgun, actually empty set. And Herbert's going to scramble, and he's going to cut back inside 30 and down at the 32-yard line. So gains about like 5, 6 yards, something like that. Yeah, 5 yards. Second down 15. But yeah, he's looking pretty good with it. Right now he's like 3 for 5, 70-something yards. Though granted, most of that is because Vidal did a pretty good job. Second down 15, shotgun formation with Vidal to his left. Draws back a pass and rolls it to his right. Is going to throw on the run. That's going to be incomplete. Try to get to Mapson. It's going to be third down to 15. 12:55 to go in the second quarter. This is getting bad. Like the game getting bad? I don't know, Dobie. I've seen some pretty bad games, so I don't know. This is not 10-7. Though it is 3-7, so it could get that way. But it's not bad, but it is concerning. I did pick a low-scoring game with 20-17, so I did think that was going to happen. It would be funny if that's the way it happens. Third down 15, shotgun formation with Vidal to his right. Draws back a pass, is getting pressure, is going to avoid the pressure. scrambling around, throws in the run, throws a deep ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Cooper DeJean on Ladd McConkey, and he breaks that pass up, 4th down and 15. I mean, he's like Herbert. Like I said, Herbert still got his legs, so he's still able to kind of scramble around, throw on the run, pretty decent throw too. Unfortunately, like I said, Cooper DeJean plays pretty good coverage on Ladd McConkey. I mean, he's in his hip pocket the whole entire time. Yeah, that's a great job of Cooper DeJean. My number 2 corner prospect last year. I was so glad that I made that the right choice. I had Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean my first 2 cornerbacks, and both of them did amazing last year. Return of the attempt to the 20, up to about the 26-yard line, and that is it Coffey? Yeah, Coffey, the return man for the Eagles. That's how you do it, north and south. And it's going to be 1st down 10 for the Eagles. Still 33-7, 12:35 would go in the second quarter. Ooh. Again, why is it still happening? It's like every single time near nighttime, my nose just gets like, we're going to get stuffy for some odd reason. Don't know why that happens. No clue. I'm thinking I'm probably in a second going to get some sweet tea, but I'm just drinking some Diet Coke right now. Don't want to get it right now. We're at commercial break, so yes, I will. I'm going to get some sweet tea. Oh! Let's see here. Which cup do I want to get? Let's see here. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with red. Ooh. That's good. Like I said, I make some pretty daggum good sweet tea. Look at that right there. You see how the light flecks off of it? Oh, it's amazing. But yeah, this is from Old Red, Blake Shelton's bar in Nashville. Got it. How long did I get that cup ago? 2 years? Just about? Yeah, about 2 years ago. I do like that bar. It's a nice one. Like if you're of drinking age, like I said, and you go to Nashville, Old Red is one of those bars where at the bottom they have a pretty good. They usually have a pretty good band, and at the top is a very chill vibe. You have a rooftop bar. You have a see pretty much everything down. Look to the right. You pretty much see everything down there. It's a really good bar. Going to be a handoff. That's going to be Saquon Barkley. Unfortunately, loses a yard actually, and that's going to be Derwin James with a tackle there. 2nd down 11. Yes, like I said, a very defensive kind of game so far. Besides the couple of breaks, like I said, you had the 2 great runs with Saquon. You had the great catch and run by Vidal. Besides that, it's been like a little pretty much. Empty set, 2nd down 11, 12 minutes left to go, second quarter. Jalen Hurts going to be sending Saquon Barkley into motion. They're bringing the pressure, takes a deep shot, and it's going to be incomplete. There is a flag. More than likely going to be like either a pass interference or a hold, if I had to guess. Let's see here. Jalen Hurts seems to think so. Illegal contact? Yep, illegal contact. Yep, all right. So on the defense, going to give him a 1st down. 11:47 to go in the second quarter. Okay, we see it. Let's see here. Um, ba, 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 ba. Yeah, right there. Right there. That's number 20. That's who's that? I can't remember. But yeah, Henley got there pretty quickly and then nice little hit there. Nice little wrap up. So coming from the 30-yard line, first down 10 for the Eagles. Going to have Shipley to his right and Saquon Barkley to his right, to his left. Goodness gracious. 11:47. I think I already said that. Draws for the pass and throws to the right, and that's going to be caught by Will Shipley. Gets about 3 yards there. Second down 7. Goodness. 11:37 left in the second quarter. Second down 7. It is interesting to see them use Will Shipley a lot more than normal. I think, is that Khalil Mack on Will Shipley? Yes, it is. That's interesting choice. Again, going to be in shotgun formation with Will Shipley to his right and Saquon Barkley to his left. And going to be a rollout. Look to the right. It's going to be thrown. It's going to be Dalton Schultz up to, not Dalton Schultz, sorry. Dalton Kincaid up to about midfield, probably the 49-yard line. That's another first down for the Kansas City. What am I talking about? Goodness gracious. Philadelphia Eagles. That was weird. I'm very sorry about that. That was Dalton Schultz instead of Dalton Kincaid, and then Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know how in the world I got a Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know. Anyways, that's wild. All right, so it'll be first down 10 about the 49-yard line. Under center. Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Going to send Smith in motion up to the right. Going to be a play action pass. Got time. Throws across the middle to be caught, and that's going to be up to about the 29-yard line. None other than A.J. Brown making his appearance. First down 10 for the Eagles. 10:15 left to go in the second quarter. They showed earlier that A.J. Brown had, 8 receptions for over 100 yards and a touchdown or a couple touchdowns the last couple of games. So it'll be interesting to see if they try to get him more involved. Second down, from the 29-yard line, first down 10. Going to be a hand of Saquon. He's going to try the right side, and he's going to get nothing. Like you can obviously see that is not working right now. Was working earlier, but not working now. Eagles finally moving. Exactly. Like I said, we got some movement going. Showing A.J. Brown, like I said, he has 1,000 receiving yards, 5 of his first 6. Really? The 2025 is his career low. Couldn't see that happening. 9:25 to go in the second quarter. Still 7-3 with the Chargers being up, but second down 10. Jalen Hurts going to be in shotgun formation. Going to send Devontae Smith into motion. Going to be a play action pass. He's got all day to throw. Good Lord. Rolls up to his left. Those getting pressure up to the 30 to the 25 and out of bounds about the 21-yard line. Be third down about 3-ish for the Eagles. 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Eagles do not do it again. Do not have another great drive and use some. What? Why is A.J. Brown moving so slow? I mean, I guess you're trying to find you could. I mean, he's stopping right there, but I don't know. That's really weird. Third down 2 from the 21-yard line. Jalen Hurts going to be in shotgun formation. Empty set. Draws for the pass, gets some pressure, throws, and that's going to be picked off. That's what it's 20, up to the 25, fumbled, recovered by Jalen Hurts, then fumbled, then picked up by the Chargers up at the 45-yard line. What the heck happened? Okay, so who, okay. Okay. All right, that kind of hurt my brain a little bit. So it's picked off by defensive linemen, and then he runs, and then they punch the ball out. I think it was A.J. Brown punched the ball out. Was it Deshaun Hand? Was it his former teammate? That's hilarious. Yes, it was. Deshaun Hand was the one who picked it off, his former teammate at Bama. Then it gets punched out, and it gets recovered by Jalen Hurts. Then it gets punched out from him, and then Troy Dye recovers at the 44-yard line Chargers take over. 8:19 left to go in the second quarter. Still 7-3. That is a wild sequence of events. Goodness gracious. I forgot that Deshaun Hussein was still in the league. What are we doing? I don't know. I am bewildered to say the least. There, Zoe. I don't know. God. I don't know. I don't know education. I don't know what the heck that was, but it was a sequence of events that we will remember. We will remember this. Big man interception, fumble. Jalen gets it up, fumble, and then, like I said, then Troy Dye gets it. Former Oregon. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's a lot of Oregon players on the Chargers. Yeah, there's a good bit of Oregon people on the Chargers. No football, only chaos, and that's how we like it. Honestly, we want, if we're gonna have, okay, look, please, for the love, all things holy, do not make this another 10-7 game. But if it is gonna be a 10-7 game, it better be chaos and not be boring. If it's chaotic, I'd appreciate that more than anything that's very, very boring. Because in that case, it's going to be a long one. But we still got a whole other half. It's only 3-7. And the Chargers got the ball near midfield, get the 44. Just do what you're supposed to do. And good things will happen. Hopefully. That's so wild that his former teammate picked him off. I'm trying to remember, because Hurts was at Bama from 2016 to 2018, because 2019 was at Oklahoma. Deshaun Hand was in that around the same time as Jonathan Taylor and Deron Payne. So yeah, like I'm pretty sure Deshaun Hand was there in that 2016. Dude, that 2016 national championship game was wild. When Jalen Hurts was a freshman. Also, technically, was wild the 2015 one too with Jalen Coker, not Jalen Coker, not Jalen Coker, not to you fellow cokeheads out there for Jalen Coker from the Panthers. Jake Coker, the Alabama quarterback. Going to be a handoff to Vidal. He's going to rip up the middle and up to the 50-yard line, down to the 49. As we gain about 8 yards there. Second down and 2 for the Chargers. 8:08 left to go in the second quarter. I got to double check and make sure that I'm pretty sure that's correct, that Deshaun Hand was there in that 2016 year. He might have been a senior that year. Or he might have just missed out. He's in that 2015-2016 range. All right, so second down and 2, shotgun formation for the Chargers at the 49-yard line of the Eagles. Vidal to his right. And going to be a throw. That's going to be caught, and that's going to be nothing. Trying to get a Quentin Johnston there, but Adoree Jackson has been very, very sticky on Quentin Johnston. Then again, Johnston has not been good since really early in the season. Dude, that's another one too. So not only was Vidal a great pickup by me, but also week 1, everyone and their mother wanted Quentin Johnston, and I was like, nah, I'm going to go up to Harold Finer Jr., and that has paid off flawlessly. Love Harold Finer Jr., and I love that I didn't try to go get Quentin Johnston. And rolls up to his left, throws across the body. That's going to be caught. Wow, what a throw by Justin Herbert all the way to Trey Harris, the rookie out of Ole Miss. First down 10 for the Chargers. 6:50 left to go in the second quarter. He rolling up to his left, throws across his body, and in tight coverage, no less, against Adoree Jackson, speaking of him. But it's Trey Harris, the rookie. And then just no reaction. No reaction whatsoever for Justin Herbert. Just like, love that. So, 2 tight ends set up to the left. Going to send Trey Harris in motion up to the left. Under center, going to be a handoff to Vidal. He's going up to 30, up to about the 26-yard line. It's again about 5 yards there. Second down 5. Vidal's having a pretty good game. Second down and 4, actually. Okay, so they are going to mark him about the 25-yard line. 5:57 to go second quarter. Probably going to drain this clock as much as they can. Try to score here. Either make it a two-possession game or just make it a touchdown. Pistol formation with Hampton over behind him. Going to be Hampton. Guess like maybe a yard? Maybe. So it'll be a second. It's going to be a third down and 4, so they didn't really give him anything. No! Another offensive lineman is down. It's Trey Pipkins. Chargers. How many more offensive linemen can you lose? Who is it? 64. Who is 64? Who are you? Who are you? How many people can you lose? They were going to commercial break. Like, you already lost both your tackles. Then you're losing Trey Pipkins, who's not the greatest. That's putting it lightly, but still, that's another starter you're missing now. I'll be very surprised if the Chargers don't try to draft a couple of late round tackles just in the odd case that something happens. Who is that? I gotta look it up now. Well, one, let me look up Deshaun Hand. I'm pretty sure I'm around that one. Deshaun Hand. Remember, he was like a highly rated, 30 years old. Ooh, I might be wrong. Might be 2015. No, I was correct. He was actually drafted in. Yes, he was on Alabama from 2015 to 2017. That's 2014 and 2017. So yes, I was correct. He had not six. That was 6.5 tackles for loss. But in 2015, 2016, like I said, he took a little bit of a back seat, and then 2017 had a pretty decent season because I think that's when both either Payne or Allen went to the NFL. So I was correct. All right. Obviously, like I said, it depends on how this Chargers offensive line can hold up, because that's my fear, especially against the Eagles front, who, without Jalen Carter, obviously it's taking a little bit of a dip, but it's still very dangerous, and we've seen it right now. I mean, like Jordan Davis has been kind of all over the place, especially the interior weak. I'll be interested to see if Vic Fangio is going to do a lot more blitzes, because sometimes it works, sometimes it hasn't. They're showing Trey Pipkins being helped off. Like I said, this is just, man, the Chargers and the 49ers have so many injuries. So do the Lions, but still. Shotgun formation on third down and 4 from the 25-yard line. Draws back a pass and is going to try to scramble and is going to throw it. It's a flag. What's the flag on? Is it a hold? It's got to be a hold. Probably a hold, if I guess. Or hands to face. 5:11 to the second quarter, so 7-3. Holding on the offense. Penalties decline. So fourth down for the Chargers, dude. Goodness gracious. Hello. How you doing? Like I said, yeah, that's definitely a hold. Definitely a hold. So fourth down, gotta have Dicker the kicker. Bro, Herbert never shows any emotion. He's always like, always. So Dicker the kicker on for a 45-yard field goal. Trying to make it a 7-point game. And of course they show, hey, he's the highest percentage field goal kicker in NFL history. Kick is up, and kick is right down the middle. So it is going to be 10-3, 4:55 to go second quarter. Let's see, Parker. Do I like Mark Gronowski? Gotta look up the name. I'm not familiar. We've talked about this before. I'm a lot better with face name with names. Mark Gronkowski, football quarterback. Yeah, Iowa's guy. That's right, because he was at South Dakota State. Um, do I like him? He's fine. Like I said, I will say this: he is by far the best Iowa quarterback that we've seen in quite some time. Not saying a lot, but it's saying enough. I was. I don't know who you are. Why are you? Why is dressed like solely? Okay. I said I understand that like on ESPN2 and on Disney Plus they're doing the Marsha's Inc. thing, but that threw me for a loop. I was not expecting to see a grown man dressed like Sully. All right, so turn up to the 28-yard line, but yes, I like him decently enough. Not like a NFL quarterback, but like being 24 years old, being a little bit older, and actually letting Iowa have somewhat similar to offense. For the first time in, so the last time that I would say Iowa had the somewhat of offense was, would you say 2015? When they lost to Michigan State in the Big Ten championship games, the last time they had somewhat of offense? Yeah. 4:50 left to go in the second quarter. Only down by 7, 10-3, from the 28-yard line. Shotgun formation going to send Devontae Smith in motion over to the left. And Jalen Hurts drops back a pass. Is getting pressure, throws, and it's going to be incomplete. Try to get Saquon Barkley there. Second down and 10. Deion Henley on the coverage. 4:45 to go second quarter. Now, Parker, who I really like, though, I really like Iowa's defense. That's why I was really hoping that Iowa could have beat Oregon. I had a feeling. I didn't almost have the feeling like Kirk Herbstreit had, because he almost got it perfectly, which is crazy. But I didn't think it would be a low-scoring game. It definitely was. Second down 10. Going to be in shotgun formation with Saquon Barkley to his left. Play clock at 4, 3, 2. Got off snap. Drops back a pass. Getting pressure. Throws. That's going to be picked off. That's Dante Jackson to the 30-yard line. First down 10 for the Chargers. Second pick. Second pick for Jalen Hurts. So there you go there, Dobie. And they're showing the Eagles fans distraught. It is nice seeing Dante Jackson succeed. He's not succeeding where we traded him. We traded him to the Steelers, but he is succeeding in the Chargers. And yeah, though, he just kind of just sat there. It did help that Devontae Smith did fall down. So there we go. Is Ohio State football going to win the national championship the game this year or not? Oh man, I want to say that. I want to say they can. Their defense is good. Their offense has potential if they get everybody back healthy, which they have to bye. Their path, I don't think it's going to be as hard as Indiana's, which is kind of wild to say. We'll talk about that more in a second. First down, 10 from the 30-yard line. Drops back a pass. Good Lord. And a fumble. What is happening? What is happening? Nakobe Dean rushes through, blows up. Who was the running back at that time? I think was it Vidal or was it Hampton? But blows up the running back, strips the ball, and gets the ball right back to Philly. It was Hampton. Hampton got absolutely destroyed. Just, oh my God. I mean, Hampton did. Okay, I'll give it some little teaching notes for Hampton. If you're going to Nakobe Dean, you gotta bring your feet with you. You can't just like go off to the side where he can just pretty much sideswipe you. Like, again, it's the same exact face that Herbert shows every single time. It's no teeth, just lips pressed up against each other, just like an old man. He is literally an old man. It is absolutely chaos. It is absolutely chaos. Fumbles galore. You get a turnover, and you get a turnover, and you get a turnover, and it's glorious. Because, look, if we're going to have a low-scoring game, you got to make it entertaining. So, Eagles, right back at it. It's only 10-3. it seems like I just recently said this. I mean, it's kind of weird how that things happens. So it's first down 10 to the 42-yard line. Please do not screw it up again, Jalen. 4:31. So you got plenty of time until you go into halftime. Just be smart. Just be smart. And Parker, I'll get back to your question about Ohio State in a second. Going to be a handoff. Saquon Barkley up to the 45 and down to about the midfield. Actually, the 49-yard line. So gaining about 9 yards there by the Eagles. Second out and 1. 4:20 left to go in the second quarter. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. But Parker, short answer. Ohio State's a better shot than Indiana. Long answer, I'll talk about in a second. Second down and 1 from the 49-yard line. Jalen Hurts going to be under center. Going to be a handoff to Saquon Barkley. Tries the left side up to about the 45-yard line, down to the 44. First down 10. Tackled by Still. I guess I can say a quick little thing. Ohio State has to play one of the chokers. Like, so, well, no. No, I got that wrong. Sorry. They don't play one of the chokers. They play either Ole Miss or Tulane, which is like, okay, you play against a rematch of whoever wins there. And then if you're, no, I still got that wrong. I was so wrong. No, Ohio State does play the chokers. They play either the Texas A&M or Miami. So, like I said, based upon precedent, normally they choke it away. And then you pass through there, you're either going against Georgia, who's a very talented team, which is like hard, but a very talented team. And then, oh golly, eesh. Okay, that's the reason why they took Derwin James out. Okay, that makes sense. And then you'll either go against Georgia or, like I said, Ole Miss, which should be an interesting game to say the least. But like, I think they have an easier pathway than Indiana. But I don't know if they win or not. I'm very excited for the playoffs. Run by Saquon Barkley, sidesteps another defender, and gets about 14 yards in the carry. First down 10. And they're actually using Saquon. And it's working, so that's great. That's been helpful. But like I said, it worked earlier in the game. Now they're getting him more into space. Still great blocking nonetheless. I will say that about the Eagles. So first down 10 for 31-yard line. Saquon Barkley's at 11 rushes for 66 yards. Going to be another handoff to Saquon Barkley, who's going to try to bounce out to the left side and gets about 3 yards there. Second down 7, 2:50. Let's go second quarter. I know next to nothing about football, but I know this game is completely out of control. Yes, it is. It's beautiful chaos, honestly. You really think about it, it's like the interwovenness of this game is like ups and downs. It is. We are knitting in a tapestry of this game. That was so bad, but I went with it. I was going with it, and I was like, let me just finish it off. All right, so second down 7. Probably the last play before 2-minute warning. Empty set, draw expected pass, and Jalen Hurts throws and be caught, and that's going to be up to the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. A.J. Brown with the second catch of the day, and that will make it to the 2-minute warning. Parker with Georgia football going to win the national championship this year. I think they match up well against Ole Miss. Once they beat Ole Miss already before. But also be interesting to see how exactly Ole Miss changes now. That's not Lane that's the leader, and it's Pete Golding. Because like that takes Pete Golding away from the defense. So like I said, even though he's still there, it still kind of takes away some of the focus because it's got to be focusing on being the head coach. So I like your matchup there. 2, you've got to go against Ohio State, which kind of sucks because like I said Ohio State is a very talented team. And this is not your best defense, but it's your most opportunistic defense. So it depends on what Georgia's offense shows up. If it's the Gunnar Stockton that played well before the Georgia Tech game, because the Georgia Tech game and the SEC Championship game, he did not play the best, but he was helped up by his defense being absolutely dominant. So if Georgia, okay, I'll say this. If Georgia can get the run game going against Ohio State, then yes, I think you can win. But I don't think they will. So I don't think that I do not think that Georgia is going to win the national title. I look at Ohio State's defense, I look at Indiana's defense, and both of them are formidable. Yes, I know like a lot of people it's like, oh, they just played the Big Ten. They're not really playing anybody. I'm like, okay. Regardless of what you think about the Big Ten, you can still watch both Indiana and Ohio State and see that they are still two of the best teams in college football. Because I've seen some Georgia fans, and it's understandable. Like there are some Georgia fans that are a little bit more, what's the word I'm going to look for, delusional. But there's been a couple of people that I've seen who are Georgia fans who are trying to say that Georgia's about to do TCU to everybody, and I find that hilarious because I'm like, okay, you can feel confident, but don't feel TCU confident because then you're going to get your hopes shattered if you think that you're going to live up to that for the whole entire playoffs. Sure, buddy, sure. It is fun. Like I said, I'm an Auburn fan. I have not been able to cheer for a lot for football, especially during my time as a student. But I at no point, even 2010 when I was a 10-year-old, am I thinking that we're going to dominate anybody like a TCU-esque kind of thing. That's yeah. Anyways. Gonna be handsome. So actually, is that Tank Bigsby? Let's freaking go. Speaking of Auburn, Tank Bigsby, the Auburn man, carries it for about 5 yards there. Second down to 5. Going to give a little bit of a break to Saquon Barkley. That's another one. That's another one too. It sucks that Tank Bigsby did not get to have the career that he wanted because he came in after 2019. It was at Auburn when we were at our lowest. Well, not really lowest because 2020 was at least we made it to the bowl game. But yeah, man. Take Bigsby, man. Gonna be a second down 6. Gonna be handoff to take. Oh, actually, no. Gonna be throw. It's gonna be throw it to Dalton Kincaid. What am I doing? Dallas Goedert is not Dalton Kincaid or Dalton Schultz. D's, for sure D's. Got all the way down, first and goal. I'm like I said, I don't know what was going on in my mind. It's a great move by Dallas Goedert, all the way down by the 2-yard line. So from the 2-yard line, Saquon Barkley's back in there. Jalen Hurts in shotgun formation. And got to call timeout. Wait. I get trying to drain the clock a little bit, but on first and goal? What did he? Maybe they were trying to drain the clock and they just forgot to get the play in. I don't know, but still. 1:13 left to go second quarter. Still 10-3, and they are knocking on the door. It'll be push sneaks. Wait, what? Wait. ESPN. Why are you calling it push sneaks? Push sneaks. Push sneaks. Why push sneaks? Just call it tush push. Why are we calling it push sneaks? That makes it weird. Push sneak success. What? Push sneak. Push sneak sounds worse. First and goal. Shotgun formation with Saquon Barkley to his right. Going to be a hand of Saquon Barkley who is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Where are we at? Oh, Parker's Alabama football. No. Alabama is not. This has been a good first half for my fantasy team. Exactly. It's been helpful that old Jalen Hurts been throwing some interceptions, gifting it away. Question, Dobie. So did they give Jalen Hurts for an interception and a fumble on that one chaotic play? Because if so, that's hilarious. Second and goal from the 2. We right back at it. 1:10. Chargers did call a timeout, so they have 2 remaining right now. Jalen Hurts going to be an empty set. This is Saquon Barkley in motion. And it's going to be a roll up to his left. Jalen Hurts is scrambling, throws, and be caught. That's going to be A.J. Brown. However, there was a flag I do believe was holding. And look at Nick Sirianni is very upset. Too bad. Boo-hoo. Holding on the offense, 2nd and goal. That's going to be my Lotta called for it. Let's see here. Let's see. On Khalil Mack, let's see here. Right here. He's got right there. Oh, yeah, he trips. He trips, and yeah. Yeah, he trips. Yeah, it is holding. It is for sure holding. That's what it looks like. How about Notre Dame? Their fans are just not having it. Yeah. Why are we showing Justin Herbert just going like blank face, just, and Jalen Hurts rolls out, throws, incomplete. It's like a fake draw, and then he's like, oh, I'm actually going to roll out and throw, and then that did not work at all. Huh. Great Paul. Great Paul. Guy call Paul? No. Great call there, Patillo. 3rd and goal. Goodness gracious. But yeah, no, Notre Dame is... I understand frustration. At the same exact time, it's really the committee's fault for how they handle the situation. We've talked about it a couple times, though. But yeah, why did the Chargers call a timeout? What? The clock was stopped. Why are you wasting... What? Did you have too many men on the field? Why in the world would you call a timeout? The clock was stopped. You need a timeout for in case you want to try to maybe, I don't know, maybe if they only get a field goal here, you try to get in field goal range and kick a field goal. Because you got a decent field goal kicker. Sometimes I don't understand coaches. 59 seconds left to go 2nd quarter. Why not Alabama football to win national championship game this year? Parker, mainly because Alabama's playing some of their worst football. They have not been good this last month, which is another reason why it's like a talking point that Notre Dame's been on a tear and Alabama hasn't. They struggled against LSU. They got beat by Oklahoma. They struggled against Auburn. And like I said, they did technically beat an FCS opponent. Oh my gosh, is that a fumble? Is that a fumble? It's recovered by 64, but it's at the time, it's like where the fumble happened. As Deion Henley who forced it. So 47 seconds left to go 2nd quarter, 4th and goal. This has been... What's the word to use? I don't even know the right word to use. Let's see here. Is it a fumble or is it a... Oh, that's a close one. Is it a fumble? It's like it's not coming forward. It'll make it a little easier. It's not coming forward, but it's going like this, and it's coming out like that. Maybe they might call it a throw. They might call it a throw. It's like more like a yeah. It's like a yeah. All right. Anyways, that's wild. And he literally, my buddy Raging Tide was mad about Notre Dame not making it. Said that he was happy they won't play in a bowl, and said if everybody was jumping off a bridge, then you would do it. You would do it defense? What? And then he literally said Notre Dame wasn't the first team to say they weren't going to play in a bowl game this year, in which totally proves my point. Yeah, like I said, I understand being upset, and technically Notre Dame's not going to be hurting for money, but yeah, I don't know. I hate it for the seniors who aren't able to play a game. Kick is up, kick is good. It's a 30-yard field goal, so I mean it's like a chip shot. But it's 10-6. 48 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Still a timeout for the Chargers. So they could try to get a field goal range. They're showing the same exact graphic. Why are they showing the same exact graphic as before? Yeah, he started 4-0, lost 2. They was 4-0 and lost 2. All right, I don't know why we're showing the graphic again, but anyways, yes, it did. Yes, it did. Education. It definitely did went badly for the Eagles. Eagles have been playing out of sync, and like I love Jesse Minter. I think he's gonna be a great head coach one day. He's a really great schemer. He was formerly the defensive coordinator for Michigan. Obviously, so he follows Jim Harbaugh. So I'll be interested to see whenever he decides to become, well, doesn't decide. NFL team's got to decide for him to be a head coach. But his schemes are really good. It's showing right now where he's like, having not amazing cornerbacks, and they're still succeeding. Like I said, they still play his system really well. And like I said, he's got great role players. He has amazing linebacker play where obviously Deion Henley's more of the coverage linebacker because dude is super duper fast, very fluid in his hips. Like you can see, he was like formerly like a wide receiver. And then you've got Denzel Perryman, that's like legitimately the thumper, and like I said, not great in coverage, was not great in coverage, especially when he was at the Carolina Panthers, but an amazing run defender. So yeah, it's a hard defense to go against, that's for sure. Is Texas A&M football to win that championship? No. Parker, Texas A&M always finds a way to screw it up, and we all knew it was going to happen. Well, some of us didn't. But we all knew it was going to happen, and as soon as like it came down to them being Texas, they choked it away. They're going to choke. I think they win against Miami, but then they choke it away in the second round. Throws a deep ball, and Herbert, who are you throwing to, bud? Second down, 10, 36 seconds left to go in the second quarter. I don't know who he was throwing to. How many teams in college don't play in a conference? Just Notre Dame and UConn. Used to be more independents, but now it's just them and UConn. Playing a conference, they schedule their own opponents. Stop giving yourself such a cupcake schedule. Dobie, I want you to look up right now because I looked it up. Because I know Auburn's playing Notre Dame in the future. Look up Notre Dame's schedule in 2028. In 2028, they actually have a legitimately hard schedule. Second down 10, throws to be caught. That's going to be to Keenan Allen. Gains about 6 yards, maybe 7. 25, 6 yards. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Shotgun formation with Vidal to his right. Drops back a pass, and is going to throw it a pick. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, what? Ow. I don't think it was tipped to the line. It might have been tipped to the line, but it's an absolute duck that he just threw up in the air. And it's also a penalty on Chargers as well, because I think it's on Vidal. Yeah, personal foul on Vidal. So now the Eagles are in field goal range. What are we doing? Was it tipped to the line? No, it wasn't. It was just that he kind of got to him. Okay. He hit his arm. Okay, he hit his arm. Still. That's crazy. And like I said, personal foul because apparently Vidal kept on tackling him when the whistle was being blown. So Eagles have 2 timeouts, 7 seconds. They can just kind of get this. First game with 6 turnovers in first half this season. Oh, really? You're telling me there's not often times there's 6 turnovers in one half? Who could have known? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just baffled. I am baffled by this game. I don't know. It is. It is a game among games. Who is going to screw it up first? It is on the 30-yard line. Eagles are taking no chances. They're just like, we'll just kick it. We'll just kick it. It'll be like a 47-yard line. Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why you don't want to have the offense at least try for something. Like you got 7 seconds. No, no, no. Now it's 10 seconds. Okay, then you have a lot more time. Goodness gracious. Oh, man, you got a new job? Wait, where are we at? Hold a second. What? Where are we at? Oh, well, y'all, not to get too personal, but your boy got a new job. Just finished his first train shift. Very nice, Sir Emmanuel. Nice, nice, nice. The game has been, what's the word I want to say? Wild is a little bit too small. It's been 1 week. No, it's been otherworldly. That's the word I want to use for this game. Otherworldly, because in this again, it's the first game. Okay, so just throw it out of bounds. Okay, whatever. It is the first game this season where you've had 6 turnovers in the first half. Wild. 6 turnovers in the first half was the first time it happened. Wow, surprising. But yeah, it's been a game. It has been a game. Ah, goodness gracious, yeah. How far in advance do they make their schedule? Because they've been giving themselves some cupcake schedule over the years. I know that kick is up, kick it. Oh, he missed it. He missed it after all that. After all that, it's still 10-6. It was a 48-yarder and he missed it. Oh, please don't be like a 10-7. It's 10-6. Please don't be like a 10-7 game. I mean, okay. Granted, it will be better than the other 10-7 games. At least it's been entertaining. Confusing, but it's been at least it's been better. At least it's been better. How far? I know. Like usually, like I said, if you're Notre Dame because you're independent, you kind of schedule yours way out in advance because you want to make sure you get that locked down. Because you don't have the conference is kind of helping you schedule your games. But we scheduled Notre Dame this year because UCLA backed out on us, and so we had to make it up, and we did Notre Dame instead because we got Miami home series in 2029 and 2030. So I was looking up like 2027. I'm gonna try to go to that Notre Dame game because I mean, how often can you actually see Notre Dame? Like go to Notre Dame for your team. So I'm gonna try to go to that game. Probably not gonna be able to, but gonna try. And because it's like in September. And what was it saying? Oh shoot, what was it saying? I hate when I lose my train of thought. I just completely blanked. Oh, but I was looking at the schedule, and then I looked at like 2028, and I was like, hey, okay, by that time, Virginia Tech should be good because you got James Franklin, hopefully like be able to rebuild that program. So it's at Virginia Tech. It is versus Texas. It's at Auburn. I think it's 2020 is at Auburn or at Auburn's 2027. But you got Auburn, you got Clemson, and then who's the other team? Oh, then Miami. So it's like 5 hard programs. You're like, hey, if you're Notre Dame, that's going to give you a better schedule, like for the future reference. So, oh, look at USC. USC's band is apparently going to be performing a halftime show. Good for them. But yeah, I'm okay. 6 turnovers the first half. Yikes. Yeah. It is a Twilight Zone. Education, that's for sure. It is definitely a Twilight Zone game. It is. You have entered the Twilight Zone. I don't know where we are, but we are in a game among games. Like I said, a game among games. Who will screw it up first? I'm beginning to wonder if both teams are attempting to charger it. That's fair. No. Actually, no. I think this ESPN conspiracy theory. ESPN wants the children to know the strangeness of college of football, because remember this is the Monsters Inc. game. So they want kids who are watching the Monsters Inc. Uh, broadcast to be totally confused about football. So they get intrigued by football because Sully decided to say something. I don't know how the broadcast is going, but like I said, they're trying to confuse them. Confuse them to make them come back. Confuse a kid, make him come back. That's my conspiracy theory. Not very good. I'm not very good at making conspiracy theories. But that's my only explanation for this guy. I can't explain it anywhere else. I don't know. I have no idea. If they keep the Rams Falcons the Monday Night Football for Week 17, we are in some serious trouble. They need to fix that. Where was it at? Oh, going to do some Grossi rates. Be back. Okay, good education. If we manage to achieve that 1 point safety, I will accept the 10-7 result. Ooh, that'd be nice. Like I said, it would be interesting because, like I said, each 10-7 game has been different. The two other ones have been excruciating, but in different ways, and this one has just been baffling. Because I keep on saying baffling. That's the best way to put it. It's baffling. Because you can't just it's indescribable. And yeah, so that would be interesting for sure if it does end up 10-7. Have fun, education. Imagine Grossi raids us twice. That would be fun. That would be fun. Like I said, I am trying to get out since the college football playoff is coming out. I'm trying to get out a video idea that I've had for a while now, and that is reviewing if I'll just give you a preview. Trying to get this out, and then also trying to get out the basement videos. But if the 4-team playoff had the 12-team format, ranking those years, because looking back on some of them are would have been so fun to see. It's oh man, that would have been fun to see. Traylon Boykin, and Bryce Petty in that Baylor team, or if Auburn had a second chance, after being beat up by the SEC championship game, just let us in. Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, those kind of years would have been fun. Because honestly, this year, with how crazy it's been, would have actually been the best year for a 14 playoff. If you really think about it. Because, Texas Tech wins Big 12, Georgia wins SEC, and then Indiana, Ohio State are the top two teams that basically are guaranteed to be in. So, like I said, it would actually be the best time to do a 14 playoff. But no one has talked about that. I have not seen a single person talk about the fact that we talk about all this expansion, all this kind of stuff, and yet there would have been no controversy. There would have been no controversy if it was a 4-team playoff. But yet, when there are 4-team playoffs, there's controversy because some years there's more controversy, who deserves to be in. But that's what I'm saying, is that we're forgetting a lot of stuff that happened in the past, or we're projecting what's going to happen in the future. What happened this year is probably not going to happen all the time in other years. Is there going to be a lot of times where a major conference is going to have a terrible representative for them? Probably not. Are there going to be a lot of times where you're going to have, a lot of teams that play each other in the SEC that kind of make it to where, it's kind of hard to decide who's good, who's not? Are you going to have a blowout in the SEC championship game with Alabama versus Georgia? Probably not, because normally Alabama owns them. But that's what I'm saying. I think we're going to try. There's a lot of people who are pushing for change when I think it's a knee-jerk reaction. Where was I at again? Wait, how far in advance does college football schedule games? They schedule games really far in advance. Like I said, certain games. So, for instance, I can tell you who Auburn's playing. So, next year we play Southern Miss. We play Baylor in Atlanta, and we play who's the other team? Is it Jacksonville State? It's another close to home kind of team. Um, and then I think it's Jacksonville State, because Auburn is better than Alabama, where we actually play teams that are inside Alabama. Alabama has not played a team inside the state of Alabama outside of Auburn. They don't play Troy. They don't play Jacksonville State. They don't play UAB because one, Alabama's board of trustees is the board of trustees for UAB, which is I don't even want to get into the whole entire thing with Alabama and shutting down UAB football for those couple years. They don't play Alabama. Alabama doesn't even play the historically black colleges, which is so stupid. Like if you're Alabama, if you're I'm going to go to live with a rant. If you're the University of Alabama and you have all that money, and you decide that you don't want to help out the HBCUs at all by, hey, you're paying them a lot of money, you're helping build their program while also trying to it's like kind of a cupcake game for you because you have a lot more talent, but they don't do it. They don't, and that's why Auburn's better than Alabama. It not really, but like I said, just saying to the fact that Auburn actually does try to schedule games with teams that are actually in Alabama. So technically in 2028, I think it's 2028. No, 2029. In 2029, we're playing North Alabama. North Alabama used to be FCS. They were dominant in the 90s, and then, like I said, then they moved up in 20. My sister graduated in 2020, so they moved up in about 2019, 2021. They moved up to Division, technically Division 1. Not Division 1. Was it Division 2? I don't know. Anyways. But we played North Alabama. Let's see. I think that's all the Alabama teams we played. Because we played Troy before. We played Jacksonville State. We played South Alabama. We played Alabama A&M. We played Alabama State. What was the other one that we played? I think that's all the other Alabama teams. We played UAB. We played UAB before. Anyways, but yeah, no, they don't do that. But there is no rule for, and that's the reason why I made my college football video talking about how to fix the playoffs as far as fixing the scheduling. There's no rule that you have to schedule your game so far in advance. But college football teams do it to make sure that you know who you're playing. You have that set up very far in advance. Okay, well, I'm playing this team for homecoming. I'm playing this team in week 3 or week 2. So that if I have a hard game in week 1, I can have a cupcake in week 2. So people kind of do that far in advance. Yeah, I know, Zoe. They don't play HBCUs. They don't play any. I'm trying to think last time that if Alabama's actually played at HBCU. Let's see. They haven't played Southern. They haven't played Alcorn. They definitely haven't played at North Carolina A&T. Like I said, they haven't played anybody in Alabama. Have they played Grambling? They might have played Grambling. I don't think they have though. But yeah, no, they don't. I don't want to go on a rant. I don't want to go on a rant. But there's a lot of things I don't like about Alabama, and certain politics that happen with the board of trustees. There are certain things that, if I were to, like I've talked about before, making either SEC lore videos or stuff like that, I would talk about the Alabama board of trustees and some of the. I want to be careful how I word this. Some of the ways that they either hold themselves or how they want the perspective of Alabama to be, where there are some of them who would rather have Alabama be the only team in Alabama. Because, there is you do realize that back in the day, we're talking 1800s to 1900s, Alabama tried to get Auburn to not exist, like because to put it plainly, uh, you can, like I say, if you want to, you can look at Secret Base's video. They made a pretty good video about it's been what 2 months ago at this point, about 2 months ago, talking about the Iron Bowl, talking about like the Auburn versus Alabama. But I'm glad they actually highlighted some of the parts that doesn't really get talked about enough, like the Soviets. It's an interesting video, but the fact that Alabama and it's being the law school, being the state school, being like being the place where you had the machine, still technically do. Uh, Trying to make sure that they're like the only major college is what's the word I want to use? I'm trying my hardest to tiptoe around it because, like I said, I'm trying to be respectful, but it's a very Alabama thing to do. I'll just put it that way. It's a very Alabama thing to do. Is Ole Miss football going to win the national championship game this year or not? Oh, I think Ole Miss has become the people's champion because a lot of people don't like the way that Lane Kiffin left the situation. So a lot of people are rooting for Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss beats Tulane, but trying to go against Georgia for a second time. One, it is hard for Georgia to try to beat a team twice, but I don't think Ole Miss gets past Georgia. I don't think they do. I think it'd be a good game, but I don't think they get past Georgia. Their football program, did they try to make Auburn an all-girl school? I don't remember if it's all-girl school. I know they just tried to like basically limit. They really tried to move it from Auburn, like they literally try to like move the school from Auburn in a way. But it's Florida tried doing that with FSU. It's probably something kind of similar. It's probably something kind of similar where you have like basically the school that has all the money, trying to basically screw out the state school. Just like you think about it, like Alabama as like is the law school, is all that, and like Auburn was always known as the cow college, and then you got the same thing with Ole Miss versus Mississippi State. That's the reason why you have like all these programs that hate each other because ever since basically the start of the college, they try to end each other. So, and without having a pro football team, that's the reason why a lot of stuff that's in the South why it's so heated is because like there has been like hatred for years and years and years, and it doesn't help that we don't have like a pro football team to unite us. No, we just have college football and which side you're on. Going to be a handoff to Vidal. He's going to bounce up to the left side, 35 up to about the 39-yard line. Oh, actually, 38 and a half. It's going to be third down about 4. Hello there, Daniel. How you doing? FSU became an all-girls school, but soldiers coming back from war wanted to go to the school closer to their home, which was FSU, which caused it to reintegrate genders, open their football program. That is crazy. I did not know that, Dubby. That's pretty wild. So it was after like World War One. They're coming back from war, and then they wanted to go to FSU. That is pretty wild. What was Florida State called before being Florida State? Because like Auburn went through a couple of different names too before we became Auburn, the University of Auburn. We were like Allen Polytechnic Unit, Polytechnic Institute, all this kind of stuff. Anyways, first down 10 from the 44-yard line, I formation. Going to be a handoff to Vidal, who's going to try and get like a yard. He runs right into Jordan Davis. Not smart. I'm going to take a little swig of my sweet tea. Oh, that's so good. I make really good sweet tea. I've said it before. I'll say it again. But I do. That's so good. Second down 10. 12:40 left to go in the third quarter. Still 10-6. Jordan Davis is locked in. Good Lord. He is like, ugh. All right. Shotgun formation, running back to his left. Going to be a shotgun formation. Drops back to pass. Throws, be caught, and that's going to be Quentin Johnston. Don't know how did you, I don't know. He got like 8 yards there. It's third down 2. I don't know, like, I feel like you could have easily spun out of that. Did he just get tripped up? Let's see here. Oh, he got you. Okay, no. That's a good tackle by the safety there. Yeah, safety. He got a hold of that calf. So third down 2, going to be a handoff. That's going to be a first down. Great run there by Hampton. It keeps on pushing the pile. Gains about 3 yards there. And it's going to be first down 10 from about midfield. I mean, Hampton, actually from the 45-yard line. Sorry. Just buried through there. And they're showing right now Rashawn Slater. So Rashawn Slater out for season with that patella tendon. And then Joe Alt with that high ankle. So, yeah, dude, that just sucks. That really sucks. World War II. Okay, gotcha. Let's see if this turns into a normal game. Maybe. We're starting off with a good drive. First down 10, going to be Hampton Trey Harris. Going to try the left side. He's got blockers, and he's going to get 2 yards. Second down 8. I'll take a little sweep. I'll take a little Trey Harris sweep. 10:50 left to go. 10:50 left to go in the third quarter. Second down 8 from the 43-yard line. 1947, they went back to co-ed. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. So it still took a little time for them to be able to switch back. All right. Under center, going to have Vidal in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Vidal. He's going to try the middle. And was that on a face mask? I was surprised I didn't have a face mask by Nakobe Dean. Let's see that again. Let's see it again. Like Vidal's. Let's see here. I mean, he gets more of the shoulder, but like at the same time, like it so clamps down on the face mask and pulls back. So I don't know. That was close. Third down 7. Shotgun formation with Vidal to his right. Vidal, great block. Try to get a great block. Escapes 40, 35, 30. Up to the 26-yard line is Justin Herbert. Vidal tried his hardest to try to block Nakobe Dean. Couldn't. Nakobe Dean had him wrapped up, and Justin Herbert is so, like I said, he's so strong. He's able to get out of that sack. But Nakobe Dean blitzes. Vidal tries his hard, but then unfortunately, like I said, he can't bring his feet underneath him. But Herbert runs out, and he's able to get the first down pretty easily. Oh, I see what happened. One, Vidal head down instead of head up, and also, like I said, didn't bring his hips with him. First down 10, going to be a handoff to Hampton. He's going to try left side. Gains about 2. Second down 8 once again. Let's see here. It was also that year they adopted the name the Seminoles. Oh, okay, nice. So then what were they before the Seminoles then? So interesting tidbit. So the teacher who taught me the history of Southeast Indians, when I got that class, I thought it was actually talking about India because I didn't think that Auburn would make a class named Indians. But it was a fascinating. I loved the class because it basically talked about like the region. And like I said, the hills and valleys that basically like the Native American culture had to go through, and how the main 5 all had different kind of cultures. But the teacher who taught me that actually is now at Florida State, and she leads the research department for the Native American Studies, which is also kind of fun, kind of cool. Third down 2, shotgun formation with Hampton to his left from the 18-yard line. Going to be a toss out to Hampton. He's got some blockers out front. and he is not going to get there. Got back to the line of scrimmage. That is Epps with a tackle there. 4th down and 2. Does the Chargers, that's Alabama right there. Does the Chargers know? Do the Chargers decide to go for it, or just want to make it a 7-point game? Where is he at? Well, this is definitely up there with the saga of Bobby Petrino in terms of absolutely wild college football lore I've learned during these streams. And there is a lot more. There is a lot of wild stories in college football for sure. Kick is up, kick is good. So it is going to be 13-6, 7:08 left to go in the third quarter. There's a flag, though. Hold up a second. There's a flag. It's on the Eagles. That's a fresh set of downs. If it's on the Eagles, it's a fresh set of downs. What we got? Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. On Moro Ojomo. Did that happen before? Oh, it's leverage. Oh, let's see here. Yep, it is. It is leverage. It is leverage. He put his hand on the back and push up. And that right there is a first down. You are so dumb. I just thought about something when I said that you are so dumb. The way I did you are so, and I'll talk about that in a second. 1st and goal, 7 left to go in the third quarter, 10-6. I don't know how in the world you did that. From the 9-yard line, pistol formation, 2 tight ends to the left. Now Justin Herbert under center. Going to be a toss to Vidal to the left side, and he's going to lose a whole lot. That's Blankenship with about a 4-yard loss. But yeah, thinking back to what Zoe was talking about, and I'll talk about what I was thinking about before too. But let's see, we've done Bobby Petrino, talk about that SEC lore. Talk about Harvey Updike, that SEC lore. What's the other ones we talked about too? There's been some other ones too, but those are the 2 main ones I remember. Because I was like, I'm just going to talk. 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line, shotgun formation, trips to the right. Draw expected pass. Herbert's got time. He's going to scramble, and he's going to get sacked back at... Oop, got to move my thing, or else it's going to turn off. There we go. So, 3rd and goal from like the 16-yard line. Perna's going to have a cow. Oh, for sure. He's like, hey, leverage. What next? You know, that is interesting to think about. I'll probably have a blocked field goal. Why did I say that? Please no. Please no. Don't have blocked field goal. Please don't get more points. And going to be try to be a screen, but unfortunately way too high for Vidal. Vidal's kind of a short dude. So 4th and goal. So let's kick it again. If he misses it, why do I say this? Why am I saying this? No, I don't believe in curses, but like if it happens, then it happens. 5:36 left in the third quarter. Let's see if we can make it a 7-point game. Right now it's 10-6, and of course they're showing up. Hey, he's 98 of 100 for under 50, under 40, I think. So let's see what we got here. Kick is up. Kick is right down the middle. Thank the Lord. So 34-yard field goal attempt is up, and it's 13-6. Is Miami Hurricanes going to win the national championship? Unfortunately for them, they have Carson Beck, and Carson Beck finds a way to absolutely crap the bed. So expect it to happen against Texas A&M. Where was he at? Chosen, not choices. Choices. What? Where was he at? Oh wait, I missed that. Hold a second. I missed the whole entire thing. Wait, how did I miss that? Where was that? Oh, great game to not need a specific fantasy scoring. Apparently they never had a nickname. Oh. Never had a nickname? How do you not? Oh, okay. So Seminoles was one of the choices between that and Statesman Tarpons, Tarpons, Fighting Warriors, and apparently Crackers. Crackers. That would have been interesting. How how would you make the mascot? Uh, in 1947, someone thought, yeah, let's make it crackers. And we're not talking saltines, probably. Okay, I don't know about that. All right, that's interesting. Oh, gosh. Let me get some sweet tea. Crackers. Goodness gracious. All right, yeah, that would definitely be a choice. It was a vote decided by the students. I'm glad students didn't go with Cracker. Right back to where they were. Yeah, no, I don't know. We're just along for the ride. Their education, we're all along for the ride. Rip Justin Herbert. He ain't dead, but his own line has him in the horizontal enough. I hope he's comfy. He's being tucked in late at night. They just we'll read him a little bedtime story of the time where, we all thought that the Chargers would be good this year, but then that was before he lost his blankie. He lost the protection. And once he lost his blankie, we all knew that it was done for, unfortunately. So Justin Herbert's not gonna be able to rest until we get back his blankie. So next year. That's a pretty good metaphor. Not I just came up with that. That's a pretty good metaphor. I don't know, is that a metaphor? I don't know. Parker, is Texas Tech football going to win the national championship? Now, that's an interesting one. I don't believe in their offense, but their defense, especially their front seven, is really good. Like I think Texas Tech makes it. Like I said, I think the top four teams make it to the semifinals. But like I said, Texas Tech has the defense to make it very interesting for Indiana. I just don't know if Indiana's fumble. Oh, he's recovered. Oh my gosh, there's so many fumbles. But Texas Tech has the defense to be able to hold their own against Indiana. But unfortunately, I do think that Indiana is going to come out on top. I think I have Indiana making it to the national title. I don't know if I had them winning it though. Like I do think it's between Indiana, Georgia, and Ohio State. I think there's a chance we have a all Big Ten national title, which is going to stink for SEC fans. Um, but yeah, first down 10 under center, going to be a play action pass, and it's going to throw deep down the field. It's caught by A.J. Brown to the 40, up to about the 38-yard line. First down 10, we actually have offense, people. We actually have offense. Really interesting, a salted cracker. Salted cracker. Because isn't anybody else like well, I mean, you got the Montgomery biscuits. Not really a cracker, but like it's a pastry in a way. Which a cracker's not a pastry, but you know what I'm saying. Food. First down 10, shotgun formation, draw expected pass, get some kind of pressure, is going to roll it to his left, throw on the run, and it'll be incomplete. Second down 10. Try to get to Dallas Goddard. And it's a wild ride. It is definitely a wild ride. Yikes. Gotta go wild rats. Gotta go wild. Oh, wild krats. Ah, yes, wild krats, dude. I used to watch PBS a lot when I was a kid, mainly because like I said, I've said before, my mom was a teacher, and before school would start, like before I could get on the bus, like I said, we would get there really, really early in the morning, and she had a small little box TV that used to be like for morning announcements that used to be filmed, and then they just were on intercom. Saquon Barkley is going to lose like 4 yards on that run. So it'd be third down like 14. But it was a small box TV, and I would just watch PBS in the morning, and then when I come back, and so Cyber Chase, Word Girl, uh, Fetch with Rough Ruffman, Wildcrats. What's the other one that also came on around the time? Those are the main ones though. But yeah, back in the day, the old PBS kids. Third down and 15. Again, if oh come on, Eagles. Empty set. 4:05 to go in the third quarter. Throws, that's be calling. This could be AJ Brown to the 35. And yeah, again, you have a great drive and it stalls out. And then guess what you're going to do? You're going to kick the field goal. Going to kick the field goal. This is ridiculous. Where was that again? Just missed another turnover. Brown, I know, like I said, AJ Brown actually come up. Boo, you heard of ref ball, but I want sicko ball, also known as haram ball by soccer fans. Haram ball. Ooh, I should kind of like haram ball. Kick is up. Kick is. Oh, he made it. Barely. 9-13. It did not look good. 3:22 left to go in the third quarter, and we are at another 4-point game. Well, this has been definitely a game. It's been definitely a game. Why is JMU football in the playoffs this year? Because of the fact that the ACC champion was Duke, who was not ranked by the college football playoff. So that's the reason why, based upon the criteria that the college football playoff set in place, because the idea for having 5 automatic qualifiers of the top 5 conference winners is that you would assume that the ACC champion would be one of the top 4. However, they were not. Tulane, who's the American Conference, was above Duke, and so is JMU. So by Duke beating Virginia, both 2 Group of 5 teams make it into the college football playoffs. That's the reason why. I see food too. I see food too. Got it. Need more field goals when that's true. You see food? You see like food like talking about like my background? Is that food? No, that's not food. Well, that's technically food. That's tortillas right there. But that above is not food. I know what I was talking about before. So, when I said you are so stupid. So when I said that, I thought about You Are So Beautiful, like the song from Little Rascals. Like, you are so beautiful to me, can't you see? You know, like I said, from the Little Rascals. And this happened last week. I can't remember if it happened Thursday or if it happened Friday. But one of my students started singing that song. And then they were like, Mr. Green, you know anything about that? I was like, yeah, I know alfalfa and buckwheat. And like, oh, they're like, you know the Little Rascals? I was like, I've told you my dad's old. So yes, my dad showed me the Little Rascals. But they were surprised that I knew what the Little Rascals were. I'm like, I'm older than you. Like, yeah, of course I know who the Little Rascals are. But it was funny because it caught me off guard. Just it randomly being sung, like they were doing group work, and then just one of the students decided randomly to start singing it. But I don't know why, but it made me think about it because it's just interesting. Alabama team was named after food as well. Okay. I was confused by the food. Yes. Okay, that's okay. That's why I was confused for a second. I was like, food. I was like, food will I have in my house? Returned by Vidal, who's up to like the 25-yard line, first down 10. I did make some really nice chili. I got some really nice chili. I got that in the refrigerator. Going to cook that some more tomorrow. Heat that back up. And then, with the leftovers from tomorrow, I'm probably going to make that into like either like some quesadillas or whatnot with like all the little, with the beans and the meat. Because I didn't know until today that Walmart has extra lean meat that's 94%. Like I said, it's like a 6% fat, extra lean. Herbert's going to skate the pocket up to the 20, up to the 25, and down to, oh my gosh, another fumble. Thankfully, it was recovered. How many almost turnovers and how many turnovers are we going to have? Let's see here. Yeah, Jogs Hunt forces the fumble, and then thankfully the fullback was there. I mean, granted, he is holding it out like this, so yeah, it's going to be fumbled. Hey, 5-yard gain, second and 5. So 2:33 left to go in the third quarter. Still 13-9 under center. Gonna be a handoff to Vidal, who's going to bounce up to the left side, 35-40. Cuts back inside 45 and down to the 47-yard line. However, there is a flag. Holding. Yep, holding. We can't have anything nice. No. Will Dissly wants to hold. He wants to hold him tight. Let's see here. Where's the hold at? That's an interesting handoff, though. Is Oklahoma football going to win the national championship game or not this year? Parker, their defense is championship quality, but their offense is not. And that's what's unfortunate. Unfortunate their offense has crumpled. They can't run the ball to save their life. It's pretty much just John Mateer, and that's not sustainable. So, no. Make it fun, though. Be fun. But I don't think so. And Herbert is going to get sacked back at like the 13-yard line, and that is going to be Jordan Davis with his fourth one. Well, I actually probably give him a half sack with him and Zach Bond. So third down and 12 maybe? I think it's about a 7-yard sack. Let's see here. 145 would go in the third. Holding on defense, sack. I know, like I said, we got sacks, we got fumbles, we got everything. All I ever wanted was a good game. That's all we ever really want is good games. Third and 22, I was dead wrong. Going to be handoff, and that's going to be gain of like 5. Yay! Third down and 22. Now it's fourth down and 15. Or fourth and 17. Or fourth and 16. Fourth and 18 was still wrong. So far, yards is 168 per game. Well, not per game, but today's 168. It's not bad. Again, it's baffling. Punt is underway. I did say it's gonna be a low-scoring game, so that happened there. Fair cut up at the 39-yard line. So it'll be first down 10 for the Eagles. Hopefully they do something with 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter. I think they're. You know what? I want to have faith. I want to have faith. They're going to get Saquon Barkley involved. I might be asking for too much, but I think they're going to get Saquon Barkley involved. Because him and A.J. Brown is their only sparks they've had. Oh, that's good. I might get a little refill when we go to the fourth quarter. Emmanuel. Chargers got the all line of doom and despair. Probably so. They've got, no. They got the All-American rejects. I'll make you my dirty little secret. And unfortunately, the Chargers just, it's not their year. It's not their year. I don't know if I like that one better than Doom and Despair. I like Doom and Despair. I think I like that one better. I try to make a good one, but I don't know. All-American Rejects is, nah, Doom and Despair is better. Yeah, Doom and Despair is better. what else to commentate on this game other than what I've already said before. That is one of the things though about like games like this. Um, it's hard to add new things when you pretty much have already said what you wanted to say. Um, they are making the 2006 Texans O line look like prime Eagles line. Eagles. I don't know which one was worse, 2006 or 2002 when they first became. I would say 2002 is probably the worst one. That's when like they first became a team. That's when David Carr had what? How many sacks was it that he had? I can't remember if he still leads like rookies sacks. No, like I know that technically like Cam Ward's pushing it, but he's not. He's unless something drastically happens. I don't think he's going to break the record. I'm trying to think at how many times that David Carr was sacked in his rookie year. Then again, I was 2, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, no, it's yeah. Looky there, Fantasy Watch. Lam McConkey, 2 targets, no receptions. He's been locked up by Cooper DeJean. It's not his fault. It's a white-on-white crime. I don't know if I like that one. 38 seconds. Sorry. 38 seconds. Goodness gracious. 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Probably a hole as a flag. It's actually the second time we've used white-on-white crime for Cooper DeJean, but technically, before it was against Cooper DeJean because he got absolutely cooked by Adam Thielen in that Eagles-Panthers game last year. Dude, Adam Thielen was like, shaking him out of his wee little boots. It was fun to watch. And I made that white-on-white crime commentary. I don't know if I like that one. I think I'm gonna cut that one. I'm gonna cut bait with that one. 1st and 5 under center. Gonna be a roll to the right, and it's gonna be a throw. It hits like the defensive lineman is sitting on the bench. Hey, at least we have 5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We're still not out of the third quarter. Well. Maybe the fourth quarter will be interesting. I don't know. I'm holding out. I'm holding out for a hero. Anyways, I don't know why I was thinking of Bonnie Tyler's smash hit, holding out for a hero. Gonna be a screen pass to Dallas Goedert, who is going to get very close, but just short. Be 3rd and 1. We come back from the third quarter. I am going to get me some more sweet tea. I'm gonna get me some more of that sweet tea, precious sweet tea. Carr still holds the record with 70. Is that the lady? Yo, that's the lady. That's the typical Chargers fan. She always shows up. 76, but goodness, 3 of the top 7 most sacked single seasons are from 23 and 24. Oh, I wonder who it possibly could it be. Could it be Bryce Young and Caleb Williams? Yep. Oh. I got up a little bit too fast. My legs weak. My knees weak. Arms heavy. Someone knock on my door. I'm waiting for you. I don't even know where that song is from. Where is that song from? Oh, buddy. I can't remember where that song is from, but I've got like the song stuck in my head that like, come on, knock on my door, waiting for you. I have no idea where it's from. I feel like it's from like a sitcom, but I know for sure I'm probably wrong. Um, yeah, there's a couple of like of sitcom theme songs that I know that I never watched the sitcom. Didn't really watch a lot of sitcoms growing up, to be honest. Um, Gosh, there's a reason why I can't watch a laugh track because growing up, I always had to watch what my parents wanted to watch, and for some reason, they just loved Big Bang Theory. And if you grow up having to watch The Big Bang Theory because it's family, like it's family show. Like I said, you gotta be able to watch it all together. You can't go to your room. You gotta be stay with us and watch the show. Um, that's why I can't watch anything with a laugh track because of that. Gonna be a toss of the Saquon Barkley's gonna be the first down. 40, 35, and he is gone. Why did they cut back so soon? I don't know why. But Saquon Barkley, thank the Lord we have offense. Literally, they don't even have the bar of what the score is. They like cut back and they were like, he's gone. That is wild. That is wild. But we have a tutty. We have a tutty. Oh, it's because they. Oh, okay. I see what it is. It's because like they just like snapped it. They did like a sugar huddle, like what Auburn used to do all the time. Sugar huddle, and then boop. Yay, my fantasy team exactly. Ooh, they still don't have the score bar up there. Pretty interesting. Where was I at? Ba 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 ba. That's us, Ryan. Yes, it is Dobie. Yes, it's us. Both Bryson and Caleb. Um, is Carolina Panthers football in the playoffs this year or not? Parker? I hope so. I would love for us to be in the playoffs. But we do have a road ahead of us. One, we got to beat the Saints this upcoming week. Two, we got to win one. Well, we really got to sweep the Bucks. Um, or we have to beat the Bucks once and us also beat the Seahawks. If that happens, then we will win the division. But like I said, still up in the air. But I want to believe Parker. I do. But it is, yeah. I've been hurt way too many times there, Parker. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to. It's crazy that like I literally like convinced Luke before the Texans was going on the run that the Texans were probably going to try to win the division. They have a good shot of doing so. He thought I was crazy, but then now I look like a smart person because like I believe in the Texans and I believe the Colts were going to go on a downfall. Now I didn't think that Daniel Jones was going to break his leg and then tear his Achilles, but I did say the Colts were going to downfall. They have before then. But yeah, and Sam Howell. Oh, that's the first one. That's a good one too. 2023 Commies O-line was top 10 and not a good one. I'm in week one of my of the playoff go. Oh, that's right, W. Yeah. You talk about that with because you had Saquon and then your opponent had Jalen. Eagles looking alive again. Yes, they are showing some. They're showing. Oh. Yep, we're alive. We're good. You never know. You never truly know. The good part of the NFC South is hoping the Panthers make the playoffs, me included. I'm tired of the Bucks. Yes, we are tired of the Bucks. I was talking about that before. So before the Panthers won the division in 2013 through 2015 for 3 times in a row, from 2002 to 2012, the NFC South didn't have a repeat division champ. And then ever since that time, you had the Panthers win for 2013 and 2015. The Falcons have it for 1 year. They're still the only team technically to not win back to back. Then the Saints win it from 2017 to 2020, and then the Buccaneers have gone from 2021 to 2024. So they're on a 4-year streak, and we want to break it. Where's it at? A postseason is just a single lottery ticket. Jalen back in the positive with 0.14. Barkley's got 17.7. Good night. What in the world is that? Is something on my finger? Something that felt weird on my finger. There we go. There's it again. So it is 16-13. Odd number. So, first down 10 from the 26-yard line. Going to be a handoff to Vidal. He's going to try the right side. Gets up to the 30-yard line. Gain it 4 yards there. Second down 6. I was talking about something else, too. This happened, education, in case you don't know, this happens to me a lot. I lose my train of thought. I don't know why, but well, I know why. But my mind just goes, that's how it kind of goes, unfortunately. And so I'll lose my train of thought oftentimes. Going to be second down 6, and Herbert is going to avoid the pressure, rolls to his right, throws the run, and caught by Ladd McConkey. He actually caught the ball to the 40, down to the 43. Hey, Ladd McConkey, going to get that first down. Ladd McConkey. I don't know why I did the Russell Rodney. I don't know. What am I talking about? No, it's the, whatchamacallit? The SNL sketch, Rob Schneider. I hate Rob Schneider with a burning passion. But, he does, the nicknames for, the offices. And he's like, the da-da-da-da. And I was doing that in that thing. Yeah, Rob Schneider, not a good person. Yeah, I don't like him at all. They're showing all the turnovers, and there's been a lot of them, but we've been talking about him. He's been beaten up and bruised, and he's still pushing through. That's the mark for true champion right there. Justin Herbert right there. Look there. 24 dropbacks, sacked 5 times. For the 45-yard line, second down 7, drops back a pass, and he's going to avoid a sack, rolls out to his left, is going to run, and out at the 49-yard line. Gain about 4 yards there. Again, Kobe Dean was right there, but Justin Herbert was like, no, sir, you cannot get me. I'm the gingerbread man. I'm going to run. Like right here. Whoop. Just spin move, and Kobe Dean's like, oh, man, I missed him. Yes, the Making Copies SNL sketch. Yes, the Making Copies one. It's I don't know why, but the tone is what I remember most about it. I don't remember what he even says, but it's like a da-da-da-da. Throw, and it's going to be incomplete. Try to get to Vidal, 4th and 3. 12:02 left to go in the fourth quarter. And guess who was on the coverage? It's the main man himself, Cooper DeJean from Iowa. Yep, I hate autocorrect. You know what? We've had this conversation a lot. And Dobie, yes, Dobie, you also hate autocorrect because there's been some interesting ones, Dobie. There was one. I don't know. Was there one time that it autocorrected something to duck, and it was not even close to duck, and it just changed it randomly. Up to 10, up to 15, up to the 20, up to the 25, and down to the 27-yard line. Great job by Kavi. Goodness gracious. Making copies. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I haven't seen it in a while, but it did stick in my head. Yeah, okay. And in case you don't know, the reason why I don't like Rob Schneider is because, one, I did not know that his daughter was Elle King, the singer of X's and O's. You know, like the X's and the O's that haunt me. That one. Um, but that's not the reason why I don't like him. Let me ask you something. If your parents, like just say your dad, okay, just say your dad. Okay, so let's say you're in your 20s and your dad is in his 40s or 50s and he's divorced, which you know is fine. But then, what's the best way to put this? But then he starts dating someone and he gets married to someone. And it's fine, you know, you getting married to, you know, whoever you want to get married to. But if you're an adult and you're like 24 years old, so I don't remember the exact age, but imagine you being 24, 22 years old, and then your dad marries someone who's the same age as you, and it's a huge age gap. Like we're not talking like, you know, maybe like maybe he had you when you was younger or something like that. No, we're talking about like double the age. That is, it's very very creepy behavior. I don't I. Also, he does other things too that's kind of creepy as well. But that when I found that out, I was like, I don't like that. I was like, no. I was like, that's weird. I was like, that would be like, I mean, not exactly like if my dad married someone who was 25, because my dad's old. But in the same exact way, that would just be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I could not handle that. That would cause me some issues for sure. Um, can you explain why you hate Paul Feinbaum? Oh, yes, I could. I wanted an interview of. Oh wait, hold a second. I wanted an interview of his with Matt Mitchell, and Lord Almighty, give him some water because he is dry. Yes, he is very dry, and oh, I do remember that one. Yes, we're talking about the roasting the SEC teams, but he's very dry. His show is basically like a therapy for a lot of people in the South, and they just call in and then they say stuff. He doesn't really add that much. And Jalen Hurts rolling to his right, throws, and that's be caught by none. Oh, actually, no, it's not AJ Brown. It's who is it? Cooper. Cooper. Cooper? Number 80. Don't know who it is. First down, 10, 11, 30 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's still 16-13. Trying to think who that is. But yeah, I don't like Paul because like actually I'll explain it more when we go to like a commercial break. So I have a lot more time to talk about it. From the 46-yard line, gonna be a play action pass, and Jalen Hurts throws across the middle, and that's gonna be picked off. Oh my gosh. 50, 45, 40, 30. Oh my gosh. It bounced off AJ Brown's hands and it's a pick. 11:03 left to go in the fourth quarter. It is 16-13. Um, boop, just popped it up and then fell right in the hands of number 20. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know. No. And you know what's probably gonna happen? The Chargers are gonna do something stupid and have to just kick a field goal, and it's gonna be tied up again. So from the 35-yard line under center, with Vidal in the backfield, gonna be a play action pass, and Herbert's gonna scramble, and is going to get basically sacked at like the maybe a yard loss. Why does it feel like this game started 2 days ago? It does, education. I don't know. I don't know. It feels like everything that could go wrong is going wrong. So I'm glad I'm not a fan of either one of these teams because I would be going mad. I'd be going crazy. I'd be going crazy because I'd be like, what is happening? So from the 35-yard line, once again, it'll be hand to Vidal, who's going to get to the 30. Gain of 5 yards there. 3rd and 5 from the 30. Yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting game, to say the least. What was I saying again? Oh yes. The age gap is so big though, even if you don't have kids. Exactly. It's weird, but it's also add on to the fact that she's the same age as a daughter. Like, ah, like, yeah, I would have to go to a therapist for that. I don't go to a therapist. I'm actually pretty good with my mental health because I got really good friends that definitely helps out, and also like I said, got good family. Um, don't have a lot of family issues, which is nice. Um, and throw, hey, it's going to be Keenan Allen to 21 yard line, and that's going to be a gain of 9 yards, first down 10. But yeah, that would cause me a lot of problems if my dad married someone who was my age. That would be weird. Um, Picked number 7 turnovers. How? I don't know. It is one of those games, but we will cherish it because it is chaos. It is chaos in Monsters University, or Monsters Inc. So from the 20.5 yard line, I formation, Hampton in the backfield, 9 minutes to go. Gonna be a handoff to Hampton. He's gonna try the right side up to the 20 and down to about the 17-yard line. Gave 3 yards there. 2nd down 7. This game is madness. Yes, it is. You are not wrong. Charles Huff is the new coach for Memphis, and I love that pick. Charles Huff, the former head coach, one of Marshall, won that Sun Belt, and then went to Southern Miss. Was one game away from being in the Sun Belt Conference game again for a different team. And then, like I said, I think that's a good hire for Memphis. Both Luke and I believe that's a good hire for Memphis. So I like Charles Huff. Going to be handed to Hampton, try the right side, and it's going to get down to about the 13. About the 13-yard line, it's going to be 3rd down by 2. I'm going to say it again. Are we sure both teams aren't charging this game? Maybe it is possible, but we shall see. Scrambling, that's what they're going to say. Scrambling to try to make it into the playoffs. All right, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Is that a Bronco? Yeah, there's a bunch of Broncos fans. They're showing both. That's not 3rd and 3. That's like 3rd and 2. Anyways, Herbert's going to roll it to his right. He's going to try to throw on the run and like just threw it into the tunnel. So 4th and 3. What I tell you, and we are going to try to tie the game with 7:29 to go in the 4th quarter. Make it all 16. This is something else. That's a quote from Spider-Man 2? Spider-Man 1. No? Is that Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 3? But Tobey Maguire says this is something else. This is something else. Maybe Spider-Man 3. I don't know. One of those same Raimi ones. Do I like Ohio State football? Do I like Ohio State? Not really. Um, I like certain play. Okay, question to clarify. I guess I can go 2 different directions. Historically, do I like Ohio State football? No, because like I said they're like the big team that everybody looks at, and also like I said, some of their fans are very toxic, which happens with a lot of big teams. Um, and like I said, they've had like I said, there's been some interesting things in the past. Like I said, with some of the recruiting stuff they had to do, and um, there was the whole entire tattoo situation that screwed them out of potentially going to I think it was BCS, and that was 2011, 2012. Can't remember which one that year that was. They had a pretty good year. Um, but I don't hate them. I don't love them though. I like them. They're fine. Um, but I will say, like I said, they still have that same kind of like overconfident. However, they can back it up, unlike a Notre Dame. I guess that's how I feel about it. Sickle Ball, I love you. I know I did not say that anywhere near what it probably was supposed to be said like that, Emmanuel. I'm sorry. I failed. I failed miserably. What was I talking about though? That gummit. Again, I lose my train of thought. I gotta look back. Maybe there was something that that was said before. What was said before? Oh, Paul Feinbaum. That's right. Sorry. So the reason I don't like Paul Feinbaum is the same reason why I don't like. Okay, I don't like Paul Feinbaum. I don't like Skip Bayless. And I don't like David Newton. David Newton is a ESPN reporter for the Panthers. That's for a different video. I want to make a video talking about all the problems with David Newton because one, I would be loved by Panthers fans because we all hate him, and two, it has to be said. He needs to be fired. But the reason why I don't like Skip Bayless or Paul Feinbaum is because they both of them got big in the sports world because the fact that they like reported on like a team going through a crisis, and also like I said, I don't feel great about someone like propping up somebody who basically they kind of lucked into the position that they had. So, for instance, it helps the fact that the Iron Bowl is so violent, as what might be the right word, but Paul getting his start in Birmingham, having his own radio station where people call in. The reason why he got big was because during the 70s, Alabama was dominating Auburn. And at that time, Paul was going through his career. And then in the 80s, he started working at the radio station. And then in 1982, I'm giving like a whole spiel, but basically in 1982, Auburn upsets Alabama. Bear retires and then dies. And then Auburn starts going and beating Alabama to where Alabama did not know how to handle that because they had never been dominated by Auburn the way that they were starting to be, like where Auburn was winning consistently. And then in 1989, Auburn was able to finally have the Iron Bowl on Auburn soil, win 30-20, changes aspects of the Iron Bowl where basically like now we have a home-to-home series and basically caps off, where Bill Curry had a great run at Alabama, but he could never beat Auburn. He gets fired. Then come in Gene Stallings, and then so you had Auburn, Alabama both going through recruiting violations, and that kind of made things like awkward because they were claiming like Bama was claiming that we were still in their players, we were still claiming they're still in our players, like through paying them and all this kind of stuff, and so the rivalry grew and grew and grew, and all the while Paul was getting his name out there during this time as well, especially in the 90s. He's making books like 300 things I hate about Auburn, 300 things I hate about Alabama, and a lot of stuff was talking about the recruiting stuff. Like I literally have a book. I can go and get it and show you of like some of the jokes that Paul made at Alabama's expense because it was big sellers, especially for Auburn fans. Anyways, 3rd down 6. Sorry, I was not talking about this. 3rd down 6. 6 minutes left. Throws, and that's going to be incomplete. Try to get A.J. Brown. 4th down and 6. 5:55 to go in the 4th quarter. If you go to commercial break, I'm going to try to get it out of my room. Do you like my team, Missouri Tigers? I do actually like Missouri. The fact that Missouri goes into the SEC and then 2 out of the 3 years they make it to the SEC championship game is kind of remarkable. That SEC championship game in 2013, it was wild, very fun game, and like I said, I don't mind Missouri. I kind of like Missouri. I never had really beef with them. All right, so we're going to go out of bounds. Depends on the spot. It's going to be first down 10, 16 all, 5:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. Are we going to commercial break or are we not? I need to know if I need to go get that book. Maybe. Let's see. All right, I think we are. I'm going to try to see if I can find it. I think I know where it is. So, back in, see, this one was published. 1995. So back in 1995, I found this at my grandfather's house after he died. And it says, I hate Alabama, 303 reasons why you should too. And basically, some of it's jokes, some of it's just statements. And basically, it's just a couple. It's basically like how he also got like his popularity grew because of these publishing things. Alabama's officially changed its fight song from Rammer Jammer Yellowhammer to Bammer in the Slammer because people are getting in trouble. Let's see here. Birmingham artist Daniel Moore is considering a new print in honor of the NCAA probation showing Antonio Langham with his hand out accepting money from his agent titled The Payoff. Because back then, that's the reason why Alabama got into legal troubles because Antonio Langham, who was the cornerback who picked off, who was Florida quarterback at that time, in the SEC championship game, he picked up the Florida quarterback to win Alabama that first SEC championship game. He accepted an agent when he was in college, and so it put them on probation. There's some other stuff that Alabama was doing, but that was the main thing that happened that kind of started the investigation into Alabama. But yeah, so with stuff like this, reason why Paul got popular, and then also it did help that when SEC Network became a thing, the SEC Network wanted a program to have in the middle of the day, and so that's why they got Paul Feinbaum. And so not only did Paul Feinbaum have the Birmingham era, but then he started to get more popular as the SEC continued to dominate, and more people started to call into the Paul Feinbaum show. So that's why I don't like Paul, because I don't think he really adds anything. He's often wrong, and he's very overconfident. Second down 11, shotgun formation, and going to avoid the sack once again, scramble to 25 and down to the 30-yard line. He tried to slide, but he got absolutely clobbered. So be third down about 5. Ooh, excuse me. What made the Bama punt game special? I wanted to say that during the SEC championship, but I didn't want to take away from y'all's game. So the reason why Bama punt is so special is because it's 1972. I'll talk about it in a second. 3rd and 7, 4:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. Still 16-16. Drops back a pass. Has got time. And is going to roll it to his right. And is going to get sacked by Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis is having the game of his life. That is the 7th sack from Philly. 4:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Got to punt this ball away. All right. So going back to the punt, band punt. What's punt, band punt is important. So, 71, Pat Sullivan, Terry Beasley, one of the best duos for tight end and quarterback. Pat Sullivan wins the Heisman, but he loses to Alabama. And in 72, That was the amazing years, which we'll talk about in a second. Going to be returned to the 25, up to 30, up to 35, and up to the 40. That's when he goes out of bounds. So 3:33 left to go in the fourth quarter, probably going to commercial break. So 1972, Auburn's defense is amazing. And so it's, oh, no. Is it 72 that's amazing? I think it's 72 that's amazing. But it's like the last year that Auburn is relevant until 1982. And punt, bam, punt. Alabama was number 2. That was number 2. We were losing 16-3. And then on back-to-back drives for Bama, we blocked the punt, returned for a touchdown. We win 17-16. And a lot of people in the lore claim that that's the game that the rolling the trees, rolling tumors went from the using ticker tape, which was like, the ticking, like a telegram kind of ticker tape, to using a toilet paper because we beat the number 2 out of them. So it's part of like the rolling the trees kind of lore, that kind of stuff. So that's the reason why punt, bam, punt is so big because, one, you're beating Alabama at the height of his powers with, like I said, Bear getting Alabama rolling. They're number 2, and you upset them, and you win 17-16. So that's essentially why punt, bam, punt is as remembered as it is. 2:55 left to go in the fourth quarter from the 40-yard line. Second down, 9. Shotgun formation with Saquon Barkley to his right. Draws back a pass and brings the pressure. Throws, be caught by A.J. Brown. Makes the man miss. Gets up to size to the defender, and that's going to be a gain about 15 yards. A.J. Brown, have yourself a day. 2:43 left to go in the fourth quarter, and he stepped out of bounds. Where's that? When will my team, Missouri? Oh, Parker. When will Missouri win a national title? I don't know, Parker. I don't know about that. I don't know. You had your best shot in 2007. I don't know if you're going to get another shot like that again, especially with how things are right now. Hopeful, but I don't know. 2:43, going to be a throw. That's going to be incomplete. A bad throw to Dallas Goedert. It's going to be second down 10. 2:40, let's go second in the fourth quarter. If I had to guess, probably going to run it here. 7 sacks to go along with 7 turnovers. What am I witnessing? I don't know. And honestly, yeah, I'll be asking the same as the questions. I don't know. We are watching, like I said, we don't know. Actually, we've already said this. We are watching chaos itself. It is 16-16. We're watching, everything that should go right. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. It is what it is, and it is magical. Shotgun formation. 3, 2, 1. Barely got a snap off. Drops back a pass. Throws, and that's going to be caught by A.J. Brown 30 up to the 25, and that's going to be a first down. Time will roll down, and it's going to be a chip shot field goal. And if the Eagles win, if they win 19-16, then I will get the points. Please. That was awful. Sorry for your ears. Please let that happen. I will get the points for my pick'ems because I picked 20-17. I was the lowest to pick the Eagles because other people thought it would be a bigger score. So please, let it be 19-16. And I'm not all the way close, but I'm pretty daggum close to the actual prediction, if that's the case. Brown again. Yeah, he's like I said, he's come alive. He's almost at 100 yards. He had 99 yards. So from the 25-yard line, Jalen under center. Going to be a hand of Saquon, who's going to try left side. He's actually going to lose a yard. So second down 11. Timeout again. So one more timeout for the Chargers. I forgot to mention they did call a timeout. So one more timeout remains for the Chargers. They're showing an upcoming schedule. Like I said, Eagles kind of have a cakewalk outside of Buffalo. They got Vegas at Washington, at Buffalo, Washington. Chargers got at KC, at Dallas, Houston, and then at Denver. Like they've got a pretty hard schedule with two teams that are fighting for their playoff lives. Houston, who matches up really well against them, and then also at Denver. So Chargers desperately need this one. So 2:27, let's go in the fourth. One timeout for the Chargers. Eagles are in field goal range. However, let's remind ourselves, this is the time when a turnover happens. So let's see what happens. Shotgun formation, drops back a pass. Jalen Hurts throws for the end zone, and incomplete, right in the hands of A.J. Brown, but great coverage there by number 20 and breaks that ball away. 3rd and 11. It's right there, too. It's a great throw. It's a great throw. I mean, Jalen Hurts goes like, ha. Like, I mean, just like holds it up there, too. I know, they were so, they thought he had it. So, 3rd and 11. And the Eagles have to call timeout. How do you not get the play in? How do you not get the play in? How? I don't know. Brent Pry, yes, he is defense coordinator for Virginia Tech, which is interesting. There, Parker. He gets fired from Virginia Tech. Then you hire James Franklin, and James Franklin DC was Brent Pry, and then you hire him back, be like, hey, I know we just fired you, but hey, we got your old boss. You don't mind working for your old boss. I know you recruited these guys to come in here, so you got your old boss. That's wild. I hope it works out for Virginia Tech. I do. It's been a while since they've been consistently good. 3rd and 11, 2:23 left to go in the fourth quarter. We are tied 16-16. Eagles have 2 timeouts. The Chargers only have 1. Empty set. Drops back to pass. And it's going to be a screen pass and dropped. Oh my gosh. 4th and 11. It will be 2:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. And because of the fact that the Eagles decide they don't want to run the ball, they don't want to force Chargers to use timeout, the Chargers will have plenty of time. Petulo. Why? 44-yard field goal attempt. That was awful how it came out of the mouth. Kick is up. Kick is right down the middle. So it is going to be 19-16, but it was be 2:16 left to go in the fourth. A timeout remains for the Chargers. Eagles. The play calling is just, it just makes no sense. Like, I don't mind the shot play to A.J. Brown. I don't. But obviously, like, you just think, like, oh, well, like, we can do the screen pass that's going to be able to stay in bounds, but then he drops it. So, part of the execution, but, like, at the same exact time, like, you are screwing yourself over because now, not only do the Chargers have the 2-minute warning, but they have a timeout where all they need to do is just tie the game. I don't know, dude. Wow. Kick underway. And it's going to be returned about the 5-yard line, up to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 25, up to the 29-yard line is Vidal. 2:11 left to go in the fourth quarter. What will happen next? They keep on zooming in on SoFi. We get it. It's beautiful. Justin Herbert, shotgun formation with Vidal to his right. Going to send Ladd McConkey in a motion over to the left. Looks like going to be a man formation. Drops back to pass. and is going to avoid the pressure, rolls it to his right, is going to throw on the run, and it's going to be incomplete. Try to get to Ladd McConkey, second down 10, 2:04. Let's go in the fourth quarter. What time is it? Not too bad. Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. Find it in your heart to pull this off. Make me look like a genius. Shotgun formation, trips to the left, and going to take a deep shot, and it's going to be, almost caught by Ladd McConkey. He had his hands on it. Covered by. Would you guess Cooper DeJean? It shall be Cooper DeJean. Oh, yeah, great job by Cooper there by knocking it away. It was there. It was there. 19-16, going to the 2-minute warning. Do I like Kirk Cignetti? I actually do. I know that some people think like he's too brash, but I don't mind it. You got to have some kind of confidence with yourself, and some people, like I said, are not used to that kind of like coach. But if a coach can back it up, then I'll say, yeah, if you can back it up, then yes, you can talk. And then you'll be humble whenever something happens that doesn't go your way. But at the same time, you still keep that amongst you, and because with that kind of confidence, you can also instill it in your players. Like, hey, we deserve to be here. We deserve to be respected. And if you don't think that we deserve to be respected, then you should not be on the team. So I like Kirk Cignetti. I do. I think this year helped him out severely because last year he was seen not as a hack. I'm not gonna say as a hack, but like the one team he had to play, he got beat by, and then he got whooped by Notre Dame, and then like people were like, "Oh yeah, you gotta shut your mouth, Kurt." And then this year he shut up a lot of people because not only did he beat Oregon, but he also and technically had to come back against Penn State, but Penn State was not good this year. But then also, like I said, he beat Ohio State. And so, like I said, a lot of people thought that Ohio State pretty much had in the bag. So did I. I didn't think it was going to be a struggle. I thought that Ohio State was going to pull it out. They did not. So, like I said, I like Kirk Cignetti, though. I do. I was never on board with the, overrated kind of things. I'm like, no, I think he's good. Now, did I ever see that Indiana was going to be this good? No. But when he said Google me, which is literally going 2 years ago, which is kind of crazy, I did. And I was like, oh, that's nice. But I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, maybe Indiana's somewhat okay. And then they've gone back-to-back, 11-win seasons, at least, which is kind of crazy. Especially for Indiana. All right, so from the 28-ish yard line, I think. Yeah, from the 28-yard line. Shotgun formation, third down 10. Draws back a pass, and it's going to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. However, there's a flag, and I think it's going to be holding on the defense. That might be on Quinyon Mitchell or Reed Blankenship. No, it's going to be Quinyon Mitchell. So, pass interference makes it an automatic first down. Is Indiana football going to be good next year or not? Depends on the transfer portal. It depends on the transfer portal. Because, like I said, they're losing Mendoza. Don't know about their quarterback, but I'm sure that they will find somebody in the transfer portal to get. So, from the 38-yard line, shotgun formation, running back to his right. Draws back a pass. And he's got time. He's going to avoid the sack. Going to roll it to his left. Is going to get to the 40, up to the 43-yard line. So nice game there by Justin Herbert. And the second down and 5, 1:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. Still that one timeout. 19-16. Cooper DeJean could have literally laid him out. Good thing he didn't, though. Second down and 3, so actually getting a 7 there. Sorry. Second down 3. Herbert, shotgun formation. Vidal to his right. Going to be a hand to Vidal, who's going to try the left side. He's going to the 45 to the 50, and down the 48-yard line. First down and 10 for the Chargers. Clock is running. 136, 135, 134. For your time sync. They are marching down the field. From the 48-yard line, shotgun formation, trips to the right. Herbert throws, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be Keenan Allen down to the 42-yard line. Clock continues to run. 111, 110, 109. Dicker the kicker is getting lined up, getting ready, just in case his name is called. 1 minute. Shotgun formation, Vidal to his left. Draws back a pass. Herbert is going to throw it to the right and way too high for Mabson. Third down and 4. 52 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Is the Bears football going to the playoffs this year or not? It depends. Bears have an interesting schedule down the stretch. You got the 49ers, you got the Lions, you got the Packers. You do have the Browns as well. Is it the Browns or somebody else? But you have an interesting end to your schedule. I want them to. I think they can, but it depends on how they handle the next 4 games. Herbert drops away a pass and is going to scramble. Is going to get the first down. Yes. First down at the 38-yard line. Clock continues to run. 44, 43, 42. Got to hurry up. Risky move, but it pays off. Yep, he got that first down. So, Herbert, shotgun formation, Vidal to his right, 28, 27, 26. Going to be a keeper by Justin Herbert, who's going to give us a 30 and slides at about the 28, 29-yard line. Clock has stopped. 21 seconds. Chargers call their last timeout. Interesting. I want them to make it. Me personally don't, but it would make this game way interesting. So, Herbert almost gets the first down. It is 2nd and 1. If I had a nickel for every time the Eagles dropped in an easy pass on 3rd and 4 on Monday Night Football, that forced a field goal with 2 minutes left for a game-winning drive, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it happened twice. True. Tis true. Tis true. This is crazy. 2nd down and 1. 21 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Herbert, there'd probably be a run here, and that's going to clock it, if I had to guess. If I had to guess. Is my team Missouri football going to be good next year or not? Let me think about that. Herbert is going to throw a deep ball out of bounds. So 3rd and 1, 15 seconds left to go in the fourth. Probably going to run this ball again, like I said, and then clock it. Got to make sure you get a first down, though. I think Missouri will be good because, 1, I don't think Hardy's going to leave. Your offensive line, like I said, you are losing Caden Green. You still got Drinkwitz. You got Bo Bulo. I don't remember if you're still I think you're still keeping your wide receivers. So I think your defense takes a dip, but your run game's still strong. So I think you'll be like an 8 or 9 win team. Drops back a pass, throws to the right side, incomplete. 4th and 1, 12 seconds. It will come down to can Dicker the kicker send overtime. Ryan, I meant wanting the Bears to make it. Oh, that's why I was confused. So, you want the Chargers to win? All right. I was like, hey, all right, I don't mind. I don't mind you hoping that your division rival gets closer and closer to y'all to try to win the division. I was kidding. 46-yard field goal. Kick is up. Kick is good. 19 to 19. 8 seconds left. Yep, going to overtime. Going to overtime. Let's see, what was the other ones? There were some other jokes that he said. That was back when Eli Gold was fat. That's also weird. Alabama is also considering changing its official cheer from Roll Tide to Parole Tide. That's pretty clever, not gonna lie. Let's see here. Watch old videos of George Wallace stand at the schoolhouse door. Yep, that's definitely why you should hate Alabama. Hmm. 8 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. 19-19. How and why there is no comprehending this game there, education. It's beauty. It's art. It is a Picasso painting. 20-25 down to the 27. So 3 seconds left. I don't expect anything to happen. It's probably looking to kneel down. Well, it is interesting to say the least. Yep, kneeling down. So we are going to overtime. Um, as I stated, the decision making by the Eagles on that drive was questionable to say the least. Not gonna say nothing. Just gonna be confused. I'd rather the Chargers lose for divisional reasons, and I'd like for you to get your points too. True, if Saquon just breaks off a 70-something yard run, that would be nice for Dobie. That would be nice. I don't know, dude. This has been confusing, odd, strange. It's still better than 10-7. It's good. I want a 60 to 80-yard touchdown rush from Saquon Barkley. It could happen. It could happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to overtime. And in overtime, anything can happen. A tie could even happen. We had to witness that, unfortunately. So, hopefully that doesn't happen. No one likes ties except for the Packers and the Cowboys. Look at all those beautiful lights. And look at that traffic trying to get out of there. Truly a game of times. True, Zoe. It's a game that we'll look back upon and be like, did that really happen? I don't know if we'll be looking back on it with fondness. There might be some fond memories, but at the same time, we'll just be like, What even was that game? We'll hear tales of Cooper DeJean locking up Ladd McConkey and be like, yes. Monday Night Football, Chargers versus Eagles. That was a special time. And when you think about the time that A.J. Brown almost had a touchdown and put this away, it makes you sad. Because now you're going to look and see this overtime, and it's not going to be what we're hoping for, unfortunately. If you think about 7 turnovers and 7 sacks, I mean, it's just, it's special. It is. A fever dream of a game. That is fair. Next Monday night is going to be crappy. Steelers versus Dolphins. Are we sure? Are we sure about that? Alright, well, I guess I'll stream that one. I don't want to, but I guess I got to. Steelers versus Miami. Why? Pourquoi? But why? Is Saquon eating marshmallows? Alright. Return at the 6, up to the 10, up to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 25, up to the 30. That's Vidal, who gets his helmet popped off. Good lord. So he's got to be off for a play. And on comes Herbert. Oh, that's targeting. How is that not targeting? How is that not targeting? How? Gonna be a keeper by Justin Herbert. 35, 40, and out of bounds to the 44-yard line. I am still surprised that was not targeting. Like, it is quite literally. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. Remember, kids, Kevin Petula is a hell of a drug. He really is. You never know what you're going to get. Usually, it's bad. Usually, it's like in the middle where you're like, I don't want to mess with this, but I'm going to still. It might not be good for me, but I have no other option. 9:20 left to go in overtime. Going to be a handoff. That's going to be to. Is that Patterson? No, it's going to be. That's not Patterson. It's Hampton. Hampton, look at you. Getting a nice little game there all up to the 40-yard line. And the Chargers are moving. Shugga-lugga-lugga-lugga down the field. Going to be first down and 10. Chargers. Go, Chargers. Go. What happened? Like, talking about the targeting. So when Vidal went down, like he was in the process of going down, an Eagles like defender, like on the kickoff team, like speared him in the back of the head, like with the crown of your helmet, and he's a defensive player at that point in time. So I'm surprised it's not targeting, because literally, like I said, he's down. He's like literally going down, and that's the reason why his helmet popped off, because the Eagle defender hit him with the crown of his helmet on the back of his head. So if anything, should have been unsportsmanlike conduct, but, they didn't call it. All right, 2nd down 8. Shotgun formation with Vidal to his right. Going to be a throw that's going to be caught, and that's going to be Disley for like a yard, maybe. So it's like, what, 3rd down 7, maybe? It's not great. 3rd down 7. Yeah, no, so it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. 7:30 left to go in overtime. 19-19, 3rd and 7. Shotgun formation, now going to be empty set. Now going to be Vidal over to his right. bunch to the left, draws back to pass, looks to the left, is going to scramble, and is going to get basically a yard. It's going to be a long field goal. 7 minutes left to go in overtime. 4th down and 6. 54-yard field goal attempt for Cameron Dicker. Kick is up, and it is good. So it is going to be 22-19, 6:24 left going to overtime. Can the Eagles respond? This is wild. See, how long did... Well, I had a pretty good distance. Probably going to make it by 60. Is LSU football going to be good next year or not? LSU's losing a lot, so they're getting that number one recruit, that defensive lineman. If I'm being honest, I gotta wait until I see their transfer portal class. Once I see what their transfer portal class is, and like so we get into overtime, because it's like your first year is always a weird one for coaches. It's either one, you win with other people's players, or two, like I said, you're just now establishing your team. So I would assume they'll be decent. I don't know if they'll be like great right out the gate, but I'm assuming they'll be pretty decent. Thanks for the explanation, Ryan. I can't watch the game though. I have my great deal of progress on my cross stitch while listening. Oh, nice. Okay. Is this going to end in a tie? I don't know. I don't think the Eagles will try to end in a tie. I think the Eagles will try. Well, okay. If it's like 4th down and they're in field goal range, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the Eagles do. He returned to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 25, up to the 30, and down the 31-yard line. Yeah, I would think that the Eagles would, like I said, even go for it if it's 4th down, because they would rather try to get the win than a tie. Because if they get a tie, then they still set themselves in a situation where they are, like I said, not helping out the situation in like the division ranks, because like I said, you still have the tie for the Cowboys. So you really need to win to kind of keep yourself ahead of the Cowboys. So I don't think they would try to kick a field goal. From the 31-yard line, going to be a hand off Saquon Barkley, who's going to get up to about the 35-yard line, 35-36. 6:11 left to go in overtime. But yeah, I don't think it's going to end in a tie. You're asking Zoe about what she's making. 6 minutes left to go in overtime, still 22-19. After that gain of about 5-ish yards, depending on where they stopped them. No, 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 from the 35-yard line. Shotgun formation with Saquon Barkley to his left. Going to send Devontae Smith in motion over to the left. Drops back to pass and is going to roll up. Avoids the pressure, and unfortunately way too high for A.J. Brown. 3rd down and 6. As your resident sicko ball enjoyer, I'm going to laugh my butt off in case of a tie. Is Alabama football going to be good next year or not? Yeah. I say good, not great. I will look forward to another year if Alabama misses the College Football Playoff. Oh my gosh, it'll be hilarious. Or if they just look bad, it's going to be hilarious. But they're not going to look bad. They'll just look, underachieving. Jalen Hurts is going to roll out. He's going to try to get the first down. He's going to get the first down at the 40, the 45, and down to about the 47-yard line. However, unfortunately, flag. And it looks like it'll be a hold on the offense to back him on up, make that 3rd down and 6, 3rd down and 16. The Eagles are in a situation. 5:22 left to go in overtime. Down by 3. You got to have it. And unfortunately, Jurgens right here. Well, let's see. Yep, he is holding on for dear life. A tie would fit with the weirdness of the game. Yes, it would be. It would be totally different than the Packers-Cowboys game. Because the Packers-Cowboys game was wild for different reasons. Because it was like just a high score and like, holy crap, it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This game has been back and forth with turnovers. Going to be a throw, and it's going to be a Devontae Smith up to 45, up to the 50, down to the 47-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Eagles. 4:45 to go into overtime. Indeed. Flag. Smith. Yeah, Devontae Smith. Is Alex Golesh going to be Auburn? Going to be? Yeah, he's Auburn next year. So Alex Golesh going to be the head coach. Flag on the Eagles. Insert that gif of Joe Burrow acting tough. I'm making a cross stitch of St. Basil's Cathedral education. Oh, nice. I've never gotten to stitching. Gonna be a handoff to Saquon Barkley, who basically loses your yard. 2nd down 11. 4:05 let's go in overtime. Second down 10. Jalen Hurts. Shotgun formation. Actually, no, empty set. Sorry about that. Draws back a pass. And he's getting pressure. Throws. That's going to be caught. And that's going to be Dallas Goedert. And he's going to be in field goal range. 3rd down. I'm mentioning that just in case it does happen to be 4th down. They want to try to kick a field goal. Who knows? Oweh got really close to getting a sack there. And, yep, Goddard got both those feet in. 3:28 let's go in overtime. Shotgun formation. Saquon Barkley to his right. 3, 2, draws back a pass. Get immediate pressure. Throws a deep ball, and it's going to be, almost caught by A.J. Brown. 4th and 4, and a decision will be made. Asco is going to be good for Auburn. Sorry about that. I hope so. Parker. I know we're going to be putting a lot to our transfer portal and also, like I said, our current roster. So it'll be interesting to see if we do. Almost, but not quite. Exactly. I said almost for A.J. Brown. And now 4th and 4. This is essentially the game. Shotgun formation. And a timeout is called by the Eagles or the Chargers? Chargers. 4th and 4. They're right at field goal range. It is 3:23 in overtime. Kevin Patullo, what do you call here? Run up the gut. No, just kidding. That would be hilarious if he calls. You know what we're going to do on 4th and 4? Turn win or lose the game. Run up the gut. All right. Jalen Hurts, empty set. Can use his legs if he needs to. Did he get off bounce? Did he get offsides? I don't know if he got offsides. Oweh says he didn't get offsides, but I think they're going to call it on him. Neutral zone infraction, so it's a fresh set of downs. Kevin Patullo bubble screen for 2, I bet. Well, it didn't matter. Because Oweh, yep, he did. He did get over neutral zone infraction. Goodness gracious. Or Jesu to lineman. Hey, now, Jesu to lineman does sound pretty good. First down and 10, 3:23 left to go in the overtime. From the 36-yard line, shotgun formation, Saquon Barkley to his left. This is wild. This is wild. Drop back to pass, and it's going to throw. It's going to be caught, and that's going to be Dallas Goedert. Gets about the 33-yard line. Second down for the Eagles. 3:13 left to go in overtime. I swear, if they just drain the clock so they can just take a field goal to make it a tie after all this. I've already been disappointed once because of a tie. Please don't let it happen again. Either win or lose. Empty set for Jalen. Not shotgun. Drop back to pass and rolls up to his right, throws in the run, caught up to the 20 as Dallas Goedert out at the 18-yard line. 2:35 in overtime. Please. Don't just do what you're supposed to be doing. Find a way to win. Find a way to win or find a way to lose. We don't take ties here. 2:35. Shotgun formation. Saquon Barkley to his right. More than likely be a run right here. And it's going to be a keeper. And Jalen Hurts throws and it's picked! Holy crap. He threw it behind Devontae Smith. It got tipped up in the air and picked off. That's the final. 22-19. The Chargers find a way to win 9-4. Eagles drop to 8-5. Good Lord. And it's Tony Jefferson, the ageless wonder. He's probably like 35. That's 4 interceptions by Jalen Hurts. 4. He threw it behind him. No, actually, no, it got tipped up by 20, and it falls in the hands of Tony Jefferson. Hart with the deflection. Tony Jefferson corrals it. And that's the game. 8 turnovers. Jesse Minter, man. Jesse Minter in this defense. And that's the way it goes. If you're the Eagles, you're 8-5. You still got the Buffalo Bills. However, everything's still in front of you to win division, to get a home playoff game. Now on to the second week of the playoff game. I don't know how. Oh gosh. Well, on the one hand, I'm glad that the Eagles didn't win because if the Eagles had somehow won this game, I can't be sure if Luke would have won the points because, like I said, he was close enough. So I'm glad in that regard. I don't know. This is wild. This is This is something else. That's what it is. It is something else. The Charger 9-4. The Charger 9-4 still have an outside shot of winning the division. All it needs is a little help. That's incredible. That's an incredible grab. Incredible grab. Incredible grab. Hey, I'm sure you are having a great time here. Dude, how? How? And you know what's wild too? You know what's even wilder? So for the Eagles, let's okay, all right, because it's happened. All right, because it's happened. Hold a second. Because it's happened. If the Eagles lose to Buffalo and still win the division and go 11-6, if the Panthers win out and are 11-6, if my memory serves me correct, the Panthers would be above the Eagles, so the Eagles would be the 4th seed. Is it going to happen that way? No. But is it possible? No. It's not probable. It's possible. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Are we sure the game was not a collective hallucination? I don't know. It kind of hurt. Yeah, I'm awake. See, I'm not gonna do that. You know how we'll know. You know how we'll know. We'll have a video about it by Brandon Perna. If we have a video about it by Brandon Perna, then we're not. Then it's not hallucination. If we don't have a video by Brandon Perna, then it will be hallucination. So that is the key difference. That's how we'll know. How will I know? That's how we will know. It was entertaining, if nothing else. That is an understatement. It is very entertaining. It is a car crash because you keep on looking. You can't look away. You're looking at it, you're just like, this right here is my swag. I'm just kidding. Throwback. Whoop. No. Lost my train of thought. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I'm just lucky Joe Burrow came back when he did. Thank you for the stream, Ryan. Thank you so much, Dobie, as well. Thank everybody. Steve, Dallas Cowboys, highest paid offense in the league and couldn't beat the Chargers. Hey now, Cowboys, gotta be careful now. Make sure you don't talk too much trash because next week you got the Chargers, and just be careful. Do not talk don't talk a lot of trash because if you can't back it up next week, it's gonna come back on you. So be careful. Pure, unadulterated cinema. Someone definitely tampered with something, for sure. They were like, turnovers up. They were like, so like 3, no, go up. 4, no, go up. 5, no, go up. 6, no, we want more turnovers. 7, I don't think you quite get what I'm saying. I want more. More. It's like we just keep on getting more turnovers. And it's like, what is going I don't know. Hey, like, look, I have no skin in the game, though technically it does impact seeding if, like I said, the Eagles lose again, because then their best bet could be 11-6. So hey, it definitely affects things, but I don't know. I do not know. I don't know what this game is, but it was fun to say the least. Good night, everybody. Wait, I have the Vikings. Oh yeah, no, y'all have the Chargers later on, don't y'all? Y'all have the Vikings, and then you have the Chargers, and okay, is it? Oh, right, it's Vikings, Chargers, then is it Commanders, and then Giants? I think that's how it is. Yeah. But it's still coming up though. Still coming up. Eagles lose. Hey, their director, how you doing? How you doing? Keep moving. Unfortunately, the Chargers did win though, so that doesn't help the Chiefs' case. But it still makes it fun. Um, Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. America win the Super Bowl 57 and 59 teams lose. That is fair. No offense, only turnovers. That's fair. It is late. It is almost midnight where I am. I got to wake up for school in the morning. Goodness gracious. In the morning to teach. So I am about to also go to bed because I am exhausted from this game. Ball going to everyone but the offense. LOL, that is true. Oh, this took a lot out of me because I'm like, this is crazy. And went to overtime, went to a very long time, and I am tired. What to be honest, what happened? Eagles since fumble against Dallas, you changed a lot. Eagles had like, I don't think this is like 2023 all over again, but it's definitely like you see a lot of the flaws coming up that the coaching just can't hide that has been able to hide in the past, and that's what's basically been happening with the Eagles, is that you have a lot of problems, but coaching can't hide it. You don't have like Kellen Moore calling plays. You got Patullo, that's definitely hurting your offense, and unfortunately for you, NFC is also pretty good this year, and now also lost to the Chargers. So am I streaming Thursday Night Football? Yes, I am. If so, I'm going to be very not happy during that game. Well, let's hope and pray that the Falcons can, that Kirk Cousins can turn up against the Buccaneers. That's what I'm hoping for. But yes, I will be streaming Thursday Night Football, Buccaneers, Falcons, and then I will be streaming on Monday Night Football, the Dolphins versus Steelers. Whew. All right. No, enjoying the fact we played two more prime times. 14 games was enough Falcons football for one lifetime, let alone a year. That's fair. All right. I'm gonna. Oof. It hit me hard. I'm gonna hit. What am I talking about? Sorry. I'm gonna end the stream.